of time to do so. Hope you're well and all that. Pause that. Okay.
Welcome to Finding Gnosis. We are on a journey to find out what the fuck is going on in this crazy existence. Step up and have your say by using the link that is pinned at the top of the YouTube live chat. Welcome to Finding Gnosis. We are on a journey to find out what the fuck is going on in this crazy existence. Step up and have your say by using the link that is pinned at the top of the YouTube live chat. Welcome to Finding Gnosis.
Yeah. Okay. It doesn't seem like anybody's going to come on. That's okay. Probably just put the meditation back on then. Or end it, maybe. I don't know where Gaia is. It's a shame I can't. It's a shame I can't ping him or something. I really should get people's Discord links so I can ping them. Oh, somebody's joined. 1 second, I heard the noise. Oh, it's Brother Marcus. Hello. Hello to Brother Marcus.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good, you?
Yeah, I'm okay. I won't be staying too long though.
You have a good nap?
I didn't actually go to sleep yet. I was actually just watching random YouTube videos. Yeah, and
Anything good?
no, depressing shit like just all
Humor
the
stuff.
aggro that's going on in Europe with anti undocumented migrants, and it's kind of flowing over in different ways. And yeah, there's a lot of unsavory stuff going on. There's a groundswell of negative emotion and stuff, and yeah, it's as usual. The worry is, innocent people getting shit on somehow or other, while the rich are buffered from it all and in some way taking advantage of it. Perpetual Pleasure says he can't come on right now. Well, PP, if you want to come on, you don't have to talk. You can just have yourself on to keep the stream going, if you know what I mean. And you can just like mute yourself, if you know what I mean. But yeah, how are you, Brother Marcus?
I'm glad the week's over. Just gonna
Yeah.
chillax for the weekend. How about you? How was your week?
Yeah, it's okay. I've cut my heel, which is really annoying.
How the hell did you do that? Oh, like running?
No. I cut it with my trainers actually because I didn't put them on properly.
Oh.
And yeah. So it's not bad, it's just painful, It's not a bad cut. Yeah. So one of those injuries where it's not actually bad, but it makes you walk funny. And it looks like you've got a really bad injury.
I've never cut a heel before. I don't even.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I know you can get a blister, but yeah, I don't know how your trainers would do that.
Ow. Well, it's not. It's kind of where my Achilles is. It's not.
Oh.
Yeah.
I hope it heals quickly.
Yeah. No, it will be okay. It's just I'll probably wear my flip flops or sandals. So yeah, I don't know what to say really. Only I don't know what to say. Yeah, which is okay, but kind of yeah, I suppose in general it's I feel like the wind has been taken out of my sails in terms of reality. Like I don't know what to say anymore,
Yeah, same.
I really don't. I just don't know what I've said a lot, and
what else
obviously,
is there to say anymore?
yeah, I know. It's just reality is just too bizarre, and I mean, it it just seems that we're all obviously, yeah, we are de facto living subjective experiences, etc., but I just see the atomization of society and how we are all just completely on our little algorithm trip, and I'm talking about in everyday life, not I'm not talking about you guys, but just when I walk around, it's just becoming more and more evident to me that people are just not on the same page, um and to be honest with you, I've look, I'm tired, I'm probably getting old and all this shit, and I suppose what I've
Probably
seen.
getting old. We
Sorry.
are getting old.
Yeah,
Probably getting old. We are getting old.
we are getting older, yeah. Well, we're not old yet. Well, you always say this. We're not totally over the hill, Mark, are we? I
Wait,
mean,
have you said that? No, I feel like I'm 60. But
well,
if you still have a young heart, good for you, man.
well, I don't actually, in terms of my mind and that. It's I feel jaded at the moment. Yeah, I would say I feel jaded in terms of like I just don't know what to do, say about anything anymore. It's all too
Just me.
crazy for me,
Just wait.
Um, mm. Black Hole is here.
Hello, black
Hello to
hole.
Black Hole. Black Hole, do you want to come on here, bro? The link is in chat. Guy, we were waiting for you. Link is in chat. Sorry. Black Hole says, unforgiving, misunderstanding, cruel, unjust, crazy, meaningless world, bro. Okay. And Guy
Happy
says,
Friday.
for reals, absurd isn't a strong enough word for the world nowadays. Yeah. Actually, I met a Christian fundamentalist today out preaching,
Oh yeah.
and I was talking to Mr. Shine at the time on the phone, and I actually thought the fundamentalist was a hippie, or there's a few of them, and I thought they were hippies because they had like a setup where they had all these kind of psychedelic kind of patterns on a table and loads of weird photos, and then there was big posters saying destiny and healing, and they had T-shirts on that said free hugs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I thought, yeah, these are going to be some new agers, Anyway, I was talking to them briefly, and basically, they turned out to be Christian fundamentalists.
So it was a
And
hippie Christian. Interesting.
well, they actually were kind of, they were just playing that tune. They weren't really hippies. They were,
Oh,
yeah, they were trying to be down and with the youthdom,
they were LARPing. Okay.
Yeah. And basically, I said to them, look, I think we should all be praying for the apocalypse, and
What the
that kind of
hell is
shocked
that?
that
Yeah, that
shocked
is
them.
a suck.
Well, I said, look, we've had a good
Launch.
run. Maybe Jesus should just come back and get this over with, speed up the process. If shit is all gonna hit the fan, if the end times are gonna come, why not just do it now and then, get everything over with and have whatever is after the apocalypse,
Just pushing a little bit of accelerationism on those fundies, huh?
Yeah, I think it makes. I think. Look, if you are Christian, you should be praying Jesus is going to come back and end all the crap in this world and just, start fresh with a better system. And anyway, they didn't like that because they said it's not that bad here, and
Huh.
I said something like, well, even in the Bible it said it's the principality of Satan, so it must be pretty bad.
Huh.
But well, then she said, yeah, but I'm enjoying it.
Well, at least they didn't go the opposite way, and where they're all going, we need to create war to get Jesus back. Like,
Oh,
okay,
right, yeah,
well,
there's that, yeah.
it's like, okay, is Jesus that weak to where you have to enable him? You can't just do the shit himself.
Mm, 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 mm.
Fuck.
So, what was I going to say? So then, I was talking to my friend afterwards, not Mr. Shine, somebody else, and she was saying she was raised a Christian, but it's funny because she was never like really taught much about the apocalypse or the end times. The Book of Revelations. It wasn't really something that was preached much, if at all. She said she only had one conversation with it about it in her childhood, and it wasn't from anybody in her church or in her school or in her family. It was with a family friend, an older lady that came to visit her when she was about 12 or something, or 13. Other than that, in her religious education, it wasn't something that was taught, which is interesting. I had a similar experience. We never spoke about the end times, or we never spoke about the Book of Revelations. I don't remember learning about it in school, or I don't even remember hearing about it in church, to be honest with you. And I think that's quite common for many Christians, to be honest. It's not something that's dwelled on, It's not
Yeah, I
something.
think the Christians in Europe, I think it's you're right about that. They don't focus on the eschatology as much. Over here in
Hmm.
America, they focus on the eschatology fucking left
Oh
and
yeah,
right. You
yeah,
go
yeah,
down to
yeah,
fucking some Pentecostals, some Kojic members, and oh my goodness, man, they are
Mm.
preaching the fucking hellfire.
Yeah. We don't. You're right. We don't do the eschatology.
Yeah.
Now, my friend actually said that when she was 13 or so, whenever that old lady came to her family home and told her about, the Book of Revelations and that, she actually, my friend got like depressed for a few months because she thought it was so horrific.
Huh.
The story and what was going to happen, because she was a real believer back in those days.
The Bible is a
Um,
depressing book. It's not one to read through easily.
right. So yeah, yeah. I don't know, Brother Marcus. What was your experience in the church when you were younger? Did you hear about, the as Sage put it,
Not
eschatology of it all, or
not as much. Not as
no,
much.
no?
No.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Oh yeah, they push the eschatology hard over here. I went to a freaking my cousin's little weak Protestant faith, little church, and they had a passion play going on there. I'm like,
Mm,
and these are the churches, with the bands and all that stuff, that don't really go hard in the theology, but even that they are fucking pushing that angle.
mm, mm, mm.
Yeah,
So
so I think it's definitely a cultural thing across different countries.
yeah, but I mean, there's no getting away from it. It's the kind of it's the major part of Christianity. It's it's what's on the agenda next,
Oh yeah,
and
no, that is true. Yeah, no,
and
that
I'm
makes
just saying
sense.
it is weird that in my Christian education it wasn't something that was spoken about. I just find that weird. How can you call yourself a Christian and not have that as something you talk about, pray about, etc., etc.?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. That is interesting. Huh.
Because in my view, if you are Christian, you should be kind of praying for it to happen, you know. Because if it's going to happen anyway, you should be like, well, what's the use in stretching this out? If we're going to get if shit is going to hit the fan, why not just have it sooner rather than later, so that nobody has to suffer in the meantime? Like, so that we don't have an elongated period of being under the stewardship of Satan, as they say this earth is. Do you get
No,
what
I
I'm
know what you're
saying?
saying. A quick short suffering versus a prolonged torture. I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, as in, like, if this world is under the governance of Satan, why not just bring the apocalypse forward, and then we don't have to, suffer the being under the governance of Satan, and also, well, the end times are going to happen as they are going to happen anyway. So that's neither here nor there. It's just shortening the reign of Satan on Earth. So
Uh,
that's my view on it. Anyway, it is all just hocus pocus, I suppose. Um, but it is. I just think it's not. Obviously, it's just made up. But rationally speaking, if it is true, if you did believe it, then I don't think it makes sense to not
Yeah, I
pray
take
for
the
it to happen.
accelerationism in a different way. I'm like, if the shit's hitting the fan and it's all fucked no matter what, like we're not doing the job of Satan or God. What we should be doing is we should fucking wage war on Satan and God. Fuck them both.
Well,
Let's just do
it's
whatever the fuck we
a,
want.
I think it's a, I think it's a type of divine command theory. The logic is whatever God says. There is no sense of it. Just whatever He
Right,
said. So
right, right,
it doesn't have to make
right.
sense to us, right?
That's
Yep.
right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Huh.
Who are we? We're only the victims.
We're the ants.
Yeah. Christy, it does this existence when you think it leaves you feeling kind of empty, doesn't it? When you kind of step back and just
I used to
analyze
feel
it.
that way. Now I just feel like a washing machine.
What? What do you mean a washing machine?
Just the the vortex and the ebbs and the flows,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like it's a little bit more complex than a roller coaster,
Okay.
Those fluid dynamics are complex things.
I've
Mm,
never heard someone say a washing machine before. I like it.
mm.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, we're all really small today on screen. Have you noticed that?
It's adorable.
Yeah, look at this. We're like little floating stars in a galaxy.
It's like
It's
I did that on
awesome.
purpose. It's like we're going down the little tunnel together,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll meet their event horizon soon. We'll get spaghettified.
Who knows where we'll end up? But we're on the journey to find gnosis. So other than that, I see Chat GPT 5 is out today, or it was out recently. I
Okay.
went on it and I had a look at it today, and basically you can get your own agent now. It's pretty insane, actually.
What
I
does that
made a
mean?
little computer game on it. Basically, you tell it to do something, and it goes away and does it
I thought
without
it
your
always did that.
prompting. Sorry.
I thought it always did that. No.
Yeah, it just looks like it's. It
They've
looks
made
like
them.
it's.
They
It look.
bodified
It
them more.
seems much more. Yeah, exactly. It's bodified, so it's like there's an agent doing it now, and it's like, I mean, it just seems. It seems more powerful. Is that right, Sage?
Yeah, it sounds about it. Well, it's also our stupid shit, We make
Mm.
something more powerful. Let's go completely off the rails, Let's not have any safeguards. It's
Now,
crazy.
I did make a game, and but it was crap. Let me see if I can get it up for you guys. Oh, that sounded bad, but you know what I mean. One sec. Whereas I went on GiftHub or GitHub, sorry. Let me go here.
Gift Hub, are you doing some secret Santa shopping?
No, let me sign into GitHub and see. I had this game, right, where basically the game was meant to be a soul trap game, and you had to like avoid reincarnation, and then at the end, if you completed it, say congratulations, you found gnosis. Add your email to be informed of the next live stream. But the game was really crap. Let me see if I can find it here. 1 second. How do I get into the settings? Pages. Remove. Okay. Right. I think I've got it. Refresh. Nope. If I can't do this now, I'll have to do it another day. Where the fuck did it go? Yeah, so what's going on anyway, Gaia? Have you got anything interesting any insights, and Brother Marcus, anything interesting that you've thought about this reality since we last spoke?
Nothing for me. I'm just living.
I muted myself. I was just saying, so no, the only thing I've been noticing, I'm just getting lost in the absurdity of how we're starting to use AI. It's getting fucking even more off the walls, fucking insane. You were just talking about the clients, the ChatGPT being used as a client, and apparently they're trying to do that with dating apps now, to where you'll be each have an AI client text the other AI client.
What?
So yeah, like okay, so literally
Say that
nobody's gonna
again. Say that again.
communicate.
Sorry.
So these dating apps are saying that they're gonna try to implement these AI clients, and
Oh,
that
I
each
see. So basically, they'll be basically you put your details in, and it'll do the work for you, and they'll all be talking to each other, trying to match make. Is that right?
yeah, exactly. So there's
Ah,
literally
got you.
no human connection anymore, no communication, nothing.
And they'll probably do all this like looks matching or whatever, and all this crap.
For real.
Who knows what they'll do? Who knows what they'll
They
do?
probably won't even do any algorithm. They'll probably just use the fucking AI as a way to reduce liability and shit, like all these fucking companies
I
are
mean,
starting to
there is a lot
do.
of potential there. They could go into DNA and see who's got the most
Oh yeah,
complementary
no, there's a
DNA and
lot of
all this.
potential. It's just,
Um,
are we actually going to be smart and use that potential?
no, I didn't
That's the
mean it's
thing.
necessarily good potential. I mean, there's a lot of potential in terms of how this could go this way or that. I didn't mean it as a
Oh,
positive
okay.
thing. Sorry.
All right. All right.
Oh no, look, I'm not going to work on this now, but I did do it earlier.
I just think it's absurd. So we went from using ChatGPT to text each other's girlfriends and stuff to using dating apps with AI clients to talk to other AI clients to match us up.
Yeah.
Like, what a fucking mess.
What a mess. Okay. Guys, I can see Yvonne and Black Hole. Do you want to come on here? Gaia, you've got the ability to host the stream, right? You can let people in and out, right? You let yourself in, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I just clicked the link, but it shows that, like I can click the different logos and stuff. So looks like I have control.
Okay.
You have the power.
Ooh, taking it back to the 80s.
Who was it said that? HeMan or something, was it?
Yeah, HeMan. That's straight out of the 80s.
Yeah, I can barely remember HeMan.
What was the show called again? Something.
What,
it wasn't
HeMan?
just well, He-Man was the character, but like
Yeah, I don't remember. I just remember what he looked like, and he had a sword, right? There was something called Thundercats or something, was there?
Oh yeah, I remember Thundercats. That one I
I
grew
mean,
up with.
the thing is, these things were on very early in the morning. They were repeats,
Yeah.
And I think I had a He-Man or a Thundercats lunchbox on my first day at school.
That's what it was. He-Man and the Master of the Universe.
Yeah, Masters of the Universe. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember. Do you remember Super Ted?
Super
Ted?
Yes. Wasn't that wait,
I'm not
I
familiar.
remember Super Dave. Never mind.
So hello to Yvonne. So what did you say, Brother Marcus?
Hello.
I think there was like a Super Dave. I don't remember Super Ted.
Super Ted. Yeah, no, there was something called Super Ted. I mean, it was repeated a lot on our side. Let me just have a look. Maybe it was an English program. This is a thing. Maybe it was a.
Talking about Saturday morning.
Yeah,
cartoons.
it went for 3 seasons, but that was repeated so much in the UK. It's unbelievable. Let me see. Oh my god, it was actually what? It was in the Welsh language. Nah. I obviously watched it in English. There's no way. It was country of origin, United Kingdom. There you go.
Yeah.
So there you go. And it was originally in Welsh, but then they had it in English as well.
Yeah.
There you go. That was repeated like the whole way through even into the 90s, you know.
Huh.
Over here.
Yeah, you guys got a lot of international domestic programming type stuff back in the day. It's like I found this show recently that I've gotten just fucking sucked into this 90s post-apocalyptic soapy show made in New Zealand called The Tribe. And apparently a lot of people grew up watching that over in England.
Yeah.
Never saw that.
What was Thundercats? I mean,
Yvonne's here.
Yeah.
Hey, Yvonne.
Hello.
Hello, Yvonne.
Thundercats was something about the ritual of the gods and the transformation of the beast to the.
Oh, it looks like they're making it again with like anime or something, you know. So Thundercats was a TV series from 1985 to 1989. Again, it was these were repeated again and again, weren't they? Do you remember? Oh, you don't remember this one either. There was a Banana Man. That was a British one as well, definitely. You don't remember Banana Man, do you?
No.
Just the meme.
Banana Man. If I remember rightly, he
just the costumes.
I think he used to eat bananas and turn into a superhero. Let me see.
What?
Let me see.
Oh, they'd have fun with that nowadays.
You can look him up.
Well,
you can look him up.
Radioactive potassium in the bananas, so Banana Man has even more powers.
So here we go. In the strip, Eric Wimp, that was his name, was an ordinary schoolboy living at 29 Acacia Road in Nutty Town. Later changed to Dandy Town and Beano Town. Okay. Anyway, he eats a banana to transform into Banana Man. All right, so he was actually a little boy, and then when he eats the banana, he turns into an adult superhero.
Like Popeye and the Spinach.
Sporting a distinctive cowled blue and yellow outfit, complete with a yellow two-tailed cape resembling a banana skin. Yeah, so there you go, Banana Man. That was another one that used to be on television when I was a kid.
Was it a cartoon made to program kids to eat their bananas?
Yeah. I mean, it's a bit like Popeye, isn't it? Popeye used to eat the
spinach.
The spinach, yeah.
Yep.
But Banana Man, I don't remember him being a little boy that turned into a man. After reading the book. I don't remember the little boy bit. There was another program on when I was a kid. It's called Woof. That one was about a boy who used to turn into a dog. And if I remember rightly, it was a really weird program in that his family didn't know, or the people around him didn't know that he was also the dog.
Oh, that is weird.
Yeah. But they were never seen in the room at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So his nose used to twitch, and then he'd run into a different room, and he'd turn into a dog, and then he'd come back. But the dog used to always do something heroic as well. You know, save the day.
No. The only thing we had us in Quebec was Skippy the kangaroo.
I heard of that. I never really watched it. We also had.
It's just stupid.
So that was a bit like Lassie, right? Lassie was a dog.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember Wishbone?
Sorry.
Do you remember Wishbone?
No, I don't. Well, what was that?
Oh, it was just a dog that would like tell like fairy tales and stuff like that. And they'd live it out.
Yeah, I remember that one.
No wonder we're all fucking. No wonder we're all so fucked up. I mean,
it was in Canada. They had the Littlest Hobo, I think.
Yes. The introduction song is pretty good.
I still listen to it to this day. It's so catchy.
Mate. Yeah. There was an Australian program called Round the Twist. Now that was fucking brilliant. Did you ever see that one?
I remember that. Yo, that was trippy. That was a trippy show.
They lived in a lighthouse, right?
Yeah, it was a lighthouse thing, and they would have so much adventures. It was
and it was like, have you ever
like Twilight Zone?
I can even remember the song. Have you ever felt like this? Have strange things happen? Now you going around the twist. Yeah, I can even.
Oh my god, that's funny. This looks like the fucking intro of that shit looks like fuck. I lost my train of thought. It'll come back.
What, you looking up Round the Twist?
Yeah, I just looked it up. The fucking.
Oh mate, I loved that when I was a kid.
That one, it looks good. It looks it has 8 out of 10 on the IMDb.
Yeah.
We only had 4 channels when I was a kid. I didn't
Yeah,
know
same.
much.
Same as me. I only had 4 as well.
And
Yeah,
2 of
same.
those channels were in English, so
Hmm?
I would not watch them. I would watch the French, so I did not watch much.
Good time.
But we had all those Saturday morning cartoons.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah.
By the
remember
way,
watching
Gaia, do you remember
Futurama
last week you did that
Saturday
massive
morning. What was that?
Gaia, you did a massive stream here when it went on for like 14 hours, right? Did that just end or did you end it? Because I don't know. I've never
It was
gone
really
that long.
weird when you left. It said it was still live, but when
Yes.
I went back to it later, it showed that it was only 12 hours long. So it must have ended when you left.
But that's what I
Well,
told you. We only
no.
record
It,
12.
it went on. There is bits of it like where you're on it. I think what happens is YouTube only allows 12-hour long streams. You know what I mean?
Oh,
But it does
Yeah.
like what I was asking you was,
yep.
did the StreamYard keep going? Like, did
Oh
you
yeah,
end
no,
it?
the StreamYard was working fine.
So basically, you guys kept talking for the 14 hours or whatever
Oh
it
yeah,
was.
no, we were talking up for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. I mean, there's no need. You don't have to worry about ending on time ever. Don't worry about that. Do whatever you want. You know. I mean, eventually, I think I might get more seats on here. You know.
Yeah.
And then maybe people can just pop on whenever they want. That would be kind of cool. You know.
Like a
Yeah, no,
conference
I wasn't
call.
overthinking from the social side of things. It's the digital side of things. I'm just trying to discover how this shit works.
Yeah.
You know, they changed the user interfaces and you know options and all these different fucking softwares and different things all the fucking time. You know, it's not like the computers in the '90s. You know, it's like you're using Macs on everything, or it's more like it's a Mac Apple Android hybrid. The modern
Right.
fucking computers are weird.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's about to get even weirder very, very quickly, I'd say, in the next 2 years.
Oh, I'd agree.
With the
In
AI
terms of,
stuff.
yeah. I reckon
Within
so.
5 years, there's going to be massive change. 10 years, it's going to be unparalleled change. I mean, supposedly they're saying the singularity is supposed to happen 10 years from now,
Yeah, but they're also
but it could
saying like
happen
literally when
faster.
this AI starts hitting when it really starts getting to work, unless you're in the like top 0.001%, like you're fucked in terms of like you'll just be asking for crumbs basically. There won't be any hope of social mobility upwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When that happens, you know, because it'll just be a 99.999% of humanity will just be a stagnant pond, you know, like where there won't be any movement, you know, which will just be depending on
Yeah.
crumbs. You know?
No, that's.
I
the
mean, as
part that
bad
worries me.
as it is now, you know, it's
The start of the Matrix, the TV
Mm.
show in reality.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
no,
really
when it gets to that point, well, we're going to be needing to combat the apathy that everybody's feeling. You know, everybody's going to be feeling apathetic and just
well.
fucking.
I think we're already getting. I mean, sometimes you just have to go outside and touch grass, don't you? And you just have to like, you know what? All this shit exists on my computer. I can just go and walk in the woods, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But I got a question. Is it not like the awakening of the delusion that we live in? Because we institute religion to help us going through all the hardship and all the like the trauma that we went through, like to become the society that we are today. But we have to evolve past that, right?
Well, I mean, you're saying we have to. We don't have to do anything. It's
No,
just
yes, but like you don't have to. But your internal drive push you to eat, to keep going.
yes.
You cannot just sit there and die. It does not gonna work.
Right. Yes. No, we definitely seem to need to have a mission. And I mean, but I'm very. I made a kind of
Skeptic?
post there recently. I don't even think you know the mission to find out what's going on. I don't think we'll ever know what's going on. You know what I mean?
Well, it's scary to go out the door when you leave your parents' home to do your own. Like this is how I
Well,
see
like
it.
in fairness, I thought I was delighted to get outside my parents' home. It depends on,
Yeah,
you know. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I
my
was
fear of
I
existence
was
didn't
delighted
really hit
too.
me until later on.
yeah.
Oh, you fucking lucky bastard! That hit shit.
Yeah.
Shit hit me when I
No,
was 8 years old.
don't get me wrong. I had the kind of social kind of anxiety in terms of
Yeah.
it wasn't pronounced, but I like because I used to party and drink, so I suppose that covered it up. But in terms of my existential kind of horror, that didn't hit me till later. You know.
Oh man, I had existential dread and crippling fear of death since I was 8 years old. I didn't get over
Wow.
that until just a few years ago.
I know. I know. I have a friend. I've had friends who said they had suicidal thoughts at the age of 3, 4, and I couldn't believe it. You know.
Oh yeah, I had
Um,
suicidal thoughts when I was young too.
I
Yeah.
couldn't actually believe that. I didn't even know that was possible. You know.
Oh
I
yeah,
just
it is
what the fuck.
possible.
You know?
I
Of course.
was when I was a kid, I was getting beat by my stepfather. Check that. So he took me to hunt. Like he took me to hunt, like for a stepfather. But anyway, as a kid, I don't know why I had that thought. It's just because it was hurting me. But I was thinking, like, oh, when I gotta grow, I'm gonna take that gun that is on the shelf and shoot him.
Mm.
But I
Well,
never did that. Like he died. He died like heart attack. So yeah.
I used to think it was odd that when people would tell me that, but I went to a
What?
funeral of a 10-year-old who killed themselves, and I was like, damn.
Yeah,
Somebody you know?
I remember you told me that. Yeah, that was very sad.
Yep,
Yeah.
my childhood friend who taught me how to ride a bike, freaking he passed away from unaliving himself as well.
I mean, I had
So-
a fleeting suicidal thought, I think, for the first time when I was about 14 or 15, but it wasn't a serious one. I was going through something like, and I just thought, well, I could just hang myself, I suppose.
That's exactly
But,
the thought I had when I was a
but,
kid, and it
but,
terrified the fuck out of my whole family.
but
It's like
no, no,
this is just basic psychology.
no,
Everybody
but it
has
wasn't.
that.
It wasn't actually something I wanted to do. You know,
Yeah.
it just like I was thinking of different things I could do to overcome my negative feelings at the time. And it
No,
was only
there's literally a
it was
word for
something
that.
stupid. It was about something stupid. Probably something happened in school or something.
Yeah.
There's
And
literally a word for it. I can't recall it at the moment, but there's like, there's it's a common psychological thing that happens with everybody that's mentally healthy, even where
Okay.
somebody's driving down they're driving down a street, and for a little millisecond they're just thinking, I could just drive on oncoming traffic. I have that power. I could do
Jesus.
that.
Yeah.
I think they call it the call of the void or something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's
Right,
called.
right.
It's not.
I
It's
mean,
not the death drive. It's something
probably
different.
It's probably a sign of development, like in terms of like the age of the person and where they're. It is probably something you're meant to think in terms of like.
Yeah. No, I think it
basic.
helps you break out of the existentialism and out of the ego. Realizing that you're
Well, I suppose
part of
it's.
a bigger ecosystem,
I suppose
a
it's
bigger
about
organism.
learning the parameters, learning boundaries. All this type of stuff.
That's what I'm saying. If you don't have that
Um,
experience, it's probably easier to become an NPC or just be one.
Well, I suppose part of it is you learn the boundaries or the parameters of your potentiality. And
Definitely.
for example, that's the extreme side of the parameter. And
Yeah.
I suppose when you have that thought, part of that is you don't want to go back to that thought. You don't want to you realize that's a possibility.
Hey
You
guys.
realize
It's like the
one second,
Nietzschean will to power.
you realize that's a possibility, but your biology is saying that's a possibility, but you don't want to put yourself in that situation. It's good to recognize it's there, but what your job is to stay as far away as possible from having to think like that. And
Oh yeah, for sure. But
that's what the biology is doing to you. That's what the
yes.
the
In your
life
body.
is life is scaring you, showing you that is there, but it's kind of like saying, look, you got to run the other way. You've got to have your will to live. You got to stay alive. You got to survive.
But that all depends on your parent. They're your first teacher. They gotta scare the shit out of you to make you understand that life is dangerous. But in my country, in Quebec, it's they do commercial and then like
I
the
love
map.
how you called Quebec your own country. That
I
was
was,
Oh
I
great.
was just, I was about
it's
to
a
say
country,
we got a separatist here.
Oh yeah, don't worry about it. They want to separate so
Watch
bad.
out, Yvonne's forming a militia.
It's just
No,
yeah.
la résistance. La résistance.
I've always found them. When was there hasn't really been a Quebecian separatist organization, has
Well,
there?
since 1724,
I know they've been
something like that.
weird Brit bootlickers. I've never understood it
Yeah,
myself.
yeah. But anyway, like we're separate. They joined the Americans, sold it to the British, and whatever. But anyway, there's no country. I don't consider any country a country. It's just like where I'm from. I'm born there, so it's my country, I guess.
I know what
Or
you
my
mean.
like yeah. But it's no country. There is no country on earth. There's no border. There's
Well,
no
there
division.
are countries, but
Nah, they just room in a house. Earth is one big house, and the parent lives somewhere, and there's many room.
Ooh, I
And,
like that.
in
Different
some
houses.
room, oh yeah,
Yep.
in some room, people don't clean their room. It's full of shit in India. You go there for vacation, it's like sewer smell, perfume. Anyway, it's funny
Oh,
that they were doing this.
you were right, Marcus. It's called the Call of the Void.
Call
Oh.
void.
There you go.
Yeah.
can you
La
explain that?
Appel du Vide in French.
Can you explain it?
Oui, la vie.
It says this phenomenon involves intrusive thoughts where a person briefly images or feels compelled to engage in a risky self-destructive act such as steering a car onto traffic or jumping off a high place, even though they have no intention or desire to do so. It says that research suggests that these thoughts may be misinterpretations of a brain-generated safety signal, essentially your brain's way of making you feel more alert to danger and encouraging you to back away from it.
That's kind of what I was saying
Yeah,
in
it's
a
just what
different
you were
way.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't it fun when we're all right?
Well, yeah, but it's just an opinion. How do we know for sure?
Well, I don't have the call of the void, but I got fear of height. When I'm so high, I just like, what the fuck, man? It's too much. I cannot.
Yeah. And when I mean right, I don't mean objectively right. I mean like sociologically right. You know, we're all vibing on the same level at the moment.
I know. I was joking.
For sure.
I don't know why Black Hole hasn't joined.
He fell into the singularity, man.
Yes.
We need to find some new technologies to pull him out.
Or we need to go through it.
We need to find the white hole. Black hole will be coming out from that side.
Pink hole or better?
Did you just say pink hole?
Yes.
What the fuck are you talking about, Yvonne?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Hey, the universe is infinite.
I know of pink noise. Pink hole sounds a little fucking pervy.
Hey, about that, did you ever experiment color noise in color?
Oh yeah, you're talking like color theory, you know, like mixing colors and experimenting with it.
No. Visually, sound. Because right now I'm trying to experiment with vibration, stone, and like that's why I asked the question about the ring and resonance because I'm testing shit. Anyway,
You should pick up a sine wave generator.
yeah, it'd be nice.
Sine waves are awesome for doing experiments with sounds because the first sound in existence was the sine wave. That's where all the sounds that we use come from, the sine wave.
Yeah, but there has to be like a specific shape to remember how they build the church and they ring the bell and all that stuff. It has to be like specific, like you put 4 speakers in 4 corners of the room with a bass, and you sit right in the middle, and you like, oh man, I did something, and then I got the ring, and my other finger on the other hand was hurting so bad. I don't know.
No, that's what I'm saying. Sound is fucking amazing. Like, you know, you got a sine wave that's like a fucking monad, a non-dual state, but then you get, you know, some fuck, I'm not good with fucking music theory, man.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah. But anyway,
but you know what I'm talking about? Like the
yeah,
regular
yeah,
music, it has the counter opposing poles, you know, that give it that
yeah,
beat, you know, that rhythm,
yeah.
and that would be like the dualistic side of, you know, music. So yeah, no, music it freaking is fascinating.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure, for sure. It's part of the key. It's part of the key because every note, every number, all connected. It's all part of the what they call it. The oh man, in science, what's that new thing? That link everything together.
Oh, like chaos theory
No, no, not the
or
chaos.
quantum mechanics. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
like
not the quantum, but the other one, the link, like the rope. It's not rope. It's not the word. It's not rope. It's
String theory.
string.
string
God,
theory. Yeah,
man,
yeah.
man. Yeah,
Yeah, but
because
I thought string theory had been they keep ebbing and flowing with it, don't they? I mean,
yeah,
for a while they were saying it was rubbish, and now they're bringing it back. I heard, so I don't know.
yeah,
Oh,
string
and they're
theory.
still saying it's rubbish. No, the scientism in the science field is so extreme that they literally label it. It's called quantum mysticism,
Yes, but it's connected with the moduli. You
and
get
it's
it?
like it's just a little ridiculous. Though they, you know,
Yeah.
they designate it quantum mysticism, like mysticism, some, you know, illogical bad thing. You know, it's just hubris. You know,
Nah, it's not hubris.
you don't think
It's
it's hubris of science to act like, you know, it knows all the answers?
oh yeah, 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 yeah. No, that's the human ego, the man's ego. They know everything. We know everything.
Yeah, but it's
Hey,
also like the system itself. It's sort of like how
yeah,
religion perpetuates religion, you know, like you know what I'm saying, you know,
yeah,
that
yeah. But it's the
cycles.
pride. It's the pride of the tribe or pride of the whatever
Yeah.
is driving us. We're proud of our achievement. We're something. We did something. Even if we're just silica, that's how we are.
Guys,
Yes.
I was hoping Brother Marcus could do a lecture at some point, and obviously you guys as well, guys. If you could pick a subject, I think Brother Marcus, you should do it on epistemology or something like that. If by the way, you don't have to, but I would like that.
That'd be nice.
And Sage, whatever you want, brother, and Yvonne, if you want to do a lecture here, do that.
Sure.
Have a think anytime, you know.
Think about something.
Yeah.
But the only thing that drives me is nature. So it will be
Whatever you want. Just have a think about what you think you'd like to if you'd like to do anything, you know, but it'd be cool if people did, you know. Just something that might help us, because I know Brother Marcus is really good at the epistemology of stuff, and I think that would be a useful one.
yeah.
And Sage, Sage, you have many different things obviously you could talk about, but I don't know what you would like to talk about. So
Yeah. Oh,
I know you have your own philosophy as well if you want to do something on that, but
I could do my philosophy anytime, all the time. That one's, you know, that's one's part of how I live, so that's pretty easy, you know. It's no, I just, you know, I come up with all these different things. I swear the past few days I've come up with 20 different things I've started, you know, discussing with ChatGPT and stuff, and that's where it's like a little bit of an ADHD factor in. You know, you gotta fine tune it so you actually get, you know, more to talk about. So you're not just talking about something really interesting for 5 minutes. You know.
Hey Gaia, how do you consider ChatGPT?
What do you mean? How do I consider it?
How do you consider the thing as is like how you consider that thing? Is it like
What do you think about it?
yeah, think about it like as a being or as a like what?
what are you talking about? Sorry, I zoned out there. Sorry, I was reading something, but are you talking about AI? Is it a being? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not it's not a being yet, right?
I'm just triggering the conversation.
I think it's inhabiting one of those liminal zones where I think it would be, sort of out of our own hubris to say one way or another. We can't say objectively that it is alive. We don't have the measurement or technologies to, quantify that. But at the same time, to say it's not alive is has just as much hubris, because, I'm part of the belief that everything is part of a working system,
Yeah.
Guys,
yeah.
guys, I read this. This is what I wanted to. I read this earlier, and I found it so fucking depressing. Do you want me to read it? It's about the afterlife. If you thought hell was bad, if you thought the soul trap was bad, I found this depressing. So I don't even know if it's true. I haven't checked it, but maybe what you guys have heard of this before. Sumerian and Babylonian beliefs about the afterlife. Okay, so Sumerians, that's a long time ago, isn't it? That must be fucking 5,000 years ago or something. I don't know. Yeah,
with the Akkadian and
anyway, Sumerian and Babylonian beliefs about the afterlife. The concepts of the afterlife in Mesopotamian cultures, primarily the Sumerians and Babylonians, was starkly different from the ideas of rebirth or spiritual ascension found in many later religions. Instead of offering hope for liberation or transcendence, the afterlife was perceived as a grim, inescapable realm, a shadowy existence in which the soul was trapped, never to return to the realm of the living. The idea set the foundation for the belief in the underworld as the ultimate prison for the soul. So it talks about the Sumerian afterlife, which is called the Kur, Kur. The Sumerians were among the first civilizations to develop written records, and they held a rather bleak view of the afterlife. According to Sumerian beliefs, when a person died, their soul would journey to the Kur, the underworld, which was believed to be a dark, desolate, and foreboding realm beneath the earth. This land was not one of punishment or reward, but a neutral space where the soul would continue to exist in a diminished form. The Sumerians saw death not as a transition to a better existence, but as a descent into an eternal state of shadowy existence, a form of spiritual imprisonment. The soul's journey to the Kur was irreversible, and there was no gods or beings in this world that could free the soul from this fate. The Kur was ruled by Ereshkigal, the Sumerian goddess of the underworld, who, alongside her dark attendants, presided over the souls of the dead. The world was depicted as a place where souls were left to wander, isolated and cut off from the vitality of the living world. There was no hope for spiritual growth, no further opportunity for redemption, and no hope for the soul to ascend or evolve. The Babylonians, who inherited many of the religious beliefs of the Sumerians, also believed in a similarly bleak afterlife. While their mythology adapted some of the Sumerian beliefs, the Babylonian afterlife was further entrenched in ideas of limitation and despair. The netherworld, as envisioned by the Babylonians, was a dreary, joyless place where the souls of the dead were condemned to exist in eternal darkness. According to Babylonian texts, the soul's life in the afterlife was far from the celebrations or reunions that might be found in other traditions. Instead, the soul was thought to reside in a place of silence and sorrow, cut off from any form of joy or renewal. In this grim afterlife, the soul was subjected to the whims of the gods and could not escape its fate. Much like the Sumerian counterparts, the Babylonians did not believe in an afterlife where souls would be rewarded or punished in a way that allowed for eventual freedom or ascension. Instead, the soul's journey was a one-way trip to a prison-like existence, forever detached from the world of the living and trapped in an existence where growth, happiness, or liberation were impossible. Both the Sumerians and Babylonians held the view that the afterlife was not a place of spiritual fulfillment or growth, but a static realm of entrapment. The afterlife wasn't viewed as a temporary state or a stage in the soul's spiritual evolution, but as the final inescapable destination for all souls. The concept of reincarnation or any sort of progression beyond the underworld was non-existent in Mesopotamian thought. Souls who entered the underworld would remain there, stripped of any chance for redemption, evolution, or escape. no hope for liberation. So yeah, in contrast, as the lack of spiritual evolution, I won't read these paragraphs, but you get the picture.
Yep.
So basically, an underworld that is basically an inescapable domain.
Wait. So it's dark, it's silent, and it's not attached to anything. It sounds lovely.
Sounds like Sheol, the Jewish hell.
Mate, I can't. Yeah, but it
I can
sounds very
finally take a
bleak. I
nap.
can't believe that. I don't believe that was their belief. It sounds too bleak. To be worthy of being a religion, like religions offer hope to people, surely. I'm not saying that it's good. I'm just saying the utility of a religion is generally to buoy people up and give them some kind of a good feeling. That
Hope
keeps them
and
going.
control. Hope and control have a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah, but that
intersectionality.
just sounds like too bleak to do any kind of geeing up of the soul in life, and also, yeah, it doesn't seem like a very nice story for controlling people.
Maybe they just had a lot more FOMO than we do.
Look, maybe none of that. Maybe it's not true. We'll have to look up the Sumerian and Babylonian beliefs. I actually find it hard to believe we have that much fucking data on their beliefs. To be honest with you,
I could believe that we have that data.
It's Persia. It's right there. It's Persia. Persia was dismantled. Same thing with the USSR. Was dismantled. Like we know more today about their history.
Hello to Sanctuary Seek. If you want to come on, please do. Yeah. Well, the Iranians, Persia, the Iranians had their own religion, didn't they? Afterwards, a long time after, was it Zoroastrian? Is it what they called?
Zoroastrians.
Zoroastrian. That's it. That's basically the religion of Iran. That's basically the Iranian version of Judaism.
Well, Zoroastrianism is the world's oldest religion. Hinduism came from it, and all the Abrahamic faiths came from it.
I didn't know that, but it kind of makes sense considering
that's also where the Western Judeo-Christian, the Abrahamic faith, where we've gotten our dualism from. We got our dualism out of the Zoroastrians because they had, the light god, and the dark
makes
god,
sense
and
considering
the
that was like that was that region was where we kind of got our cities and started progressing, right?
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
No, that's where Zoroastrianism, that's where like people like Carl Jung make lots of references to Zoroaster, and people like Nietzsche make lots of references to Zoroaster.
It is an interesting part of history. I don't know anything about it, but I do know that they moved to India, right? Because they got kicked out by when the Muslims took over Iran, or when a lot of the Iranians converted to Islam. They basically, how do you say it? The Zoroastrians, is that it?
Yep.
They became they fled the country as refugees because they were endangered by the Muslims. I think a lot of them moved to India, right?
Sounds right.
And I think Freddie Mercury was, remember that, the singer for Queen. I think
he was a Zoroastrian. Yep.
I think he was from that stock, that the people that had fled Iran back in the day to India.
Oh,
because he was born in. I think he was born in. He was born. From. I think he was born in India, right?
Was he? Huh.
I think so.
Interesting. Yeah, no, that's where Zoroastria. We get the word pastor from Zoroaster. We get the astrology from Zoroaster. All of these words come from Zoroastrianism.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. He was born in Zanzibar, Tanzania. But that could be because his people had left India and moved there.
Yeah.
Like. I don't know why he was in a lot. Obviously, a lot of people from India went and lived in Africa over the years. But it is interesting.
I didn't know that one.
Well, yeah, some of them.
Are they all over?
They
all over. They move all over. They spread their religion all over. Yes.
Yeah. But no, it's interesting to think that the Parsi people, these Persian people that moved to India, were then part of the group of Indians that left India to live in Africa. But now it's saying I'm looking at his Wikipedia and it says as a young boy in India, Mercury received a formal piano training up to the age of 9. So he lived in India. I don't know what's going on here. Oh yeah, his parents were from the Parsi community of Western India. Okay, and they had moved to Zanzibar so that Bomi, that's his dad, could continue his job as a cashier at the British Colonial Office. Okay, so he had a job for a colonial job, but they were from India, and it sounds like they moved back to India. He spent most of his childhood in India, but then they moved to the UK at the age of 12 or something. Anyway, yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Now, I'd be really curious on what multiculturalism arrives from Indians going to Africa. Because Africans have so many of their own indigenous belief systems. With all these mystical elements. But at the same time,
Well, the Indians are very good at like keeping their culture. They're very.
Well, I was just coming from the perspective of
if you go, I was in South Africa and I went to Durban, and when I was in Durban, it was like being in India. Some of it, because it was just full of Hindi temples, and everybody's wearing the kind of saris. The women were all wearing the saris and that. And I presume it's the same in other parts of Africa where they frequented, but they did actually leave some of the countries because they got kicked out. Because Idi Amin in Uganda, he was the tyrant that was in charge of Uganda. I don't know, was it in the 70s, 80s? I can't remember. But he caused a lot of them to flee.
Okay.
Because he was what do you call it? Well, he was a racist black supremacist. Yeah. And a lot of them came to the UK actually. So that was another wave of immigration for those people. They had moved to Africa maybe in the 19th century, and then they left in the 20th century to come to the UK or wherever. They probably went to all different places around the world, but yeah, you'll find some of them were quite wealthy, because they had businesses in Uganda, like shops and restaurants and stuff.
No, I'm just curious on how those cultures mash up. Like in Africa, they have witch burnings, that still go on to this day. And, a lot of people don't know that in 2025, there's Africans burning people as witches, And
oh, yeah, they do that all the time.
Yeah.
Well, careful. We don't know how often they do it. We know,
true, too.
Don't make it sound like the whole of bloody Africa's doing it.
No, yeah. It's like
it happens sometimes in Africa.
Yeah.
But we don't know the facts and figures yet. I don't know the facts.
I'm subscribed to a website on Google, and it's pretty bad. It's the reality of the world, and you don't want to see that site at all. But I can tell
a lot of stuff online is propaganda, man, from other religions and shit.
And also there is stuff online where it's kind of gore porn. It's like they post horrible stuff to make you click on it, and it might not. Sometimes it isn't true, but sometimes it is. Unfortunately, the world is that bad. Don't get me wrong. It is that bad.
Like the fact
what I tell you, the like one country that sounds like absolute hell is Papua New Guinea.
Yeah, but they have a big war.
They were like the last country to have a tribal, like in the 70s, there were still tribesmen that were completely off the grid, never seen a white man, never seen technology.
You can see tribal, if you type in tribal war in Papua New Guinea.
Yeah, I've seen that one. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
It's fucking
but
nuts.
Not just that. The rape rates in Papua New Guinea are absolutely insane.
South Sudan.
I watched a YouTube documentary on rape and domestic violence in Papua New Guinea, and it was absolutely insane.
They got no respect, huh?
Again, sorry to any Papua New Guineans. Not all Papua New Guineans are like that, but there was a problem in with some people.
Hey, we can be critical of the fucked up parts of any culture. We're not hating on anybody. We're not.
No, I know, but you got to be careful because obviously, there's a lot of fucked up shit in every country in the world.
Oh yeah. That's what I was getting at with that, like the Hindis, they had those wife burnings way back in the day, like
Well, you
they still
see,
happen,
that
but
was
not nearly as
you
many
see
or
that
as
was
much or
something. I think that
often.
happened even up to the early 20th century. Basically, the woman used to jump on the pyre, didn't she? They used to burn the husband, the husband's body they used to burn it
Yeah.
And
and
they
cremate
jump
it,
it.
and the woman
Well,
used to jump on the fire like as part of a tradition. Sometimes,
yeah,
not
well,
Oh,
always.
that's where it was like you were
wow.
saying though too. Like we know that the figures we have in those wife burnings are grossly inaccurate because of the
Yeah, you
colonists
see,
that were
part of
writing
that
it
was,
down.
you know what part of that was though. She literally chose to do it because there wasn't much hope for her.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, it was a very cruel society,
Oh yeah, no,
and
the caste systems and stuff.
no,
Once your
yeah. So
husband's died,
in
you're.
terms of
Yep.
survival and stuff, I mean, they were usually old, and life was very hard. I mean, it's a bit like, I heard this again. If there's any Eskimos on here or in Inuits, please call in. But I heard in Inuit culture back in the day, like maybe in the 19th century, they used to let their old people float away on bits of ice in the sea, because basically they were seen as a burden, and old people saw themselves as a burden. So
Yep.
basically, they used to have these kind of ceremonies where the old person would get on a lump of ice that was
Gonna get
floating
eaten by
away,
a polar bear.
Yeah. No.
and no, they just float away and die from, is it hypothermia?
Cold.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
and that was done quite a lot. Like, it's kind of like a euthanasia, I suppose, but it wasn't really euthanasia. I don't
Yeah,
know
well,
what it
the
would have been
the
like.
Vikings did something similar too. The Vikings would have their
Did they?
elderly people. Yeah, the Vikings, the older people would jump off cliffs when they were, near the end of their life, and they weren't
When
much
they had
useful
enough,
to the, society anymore. They'd bring all the old people to the cliff, and all the old people would
burn
go
it.
jump off willingly.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
That's a
I never knew
commitment.
that one. And was that in Iceland and Greenland, or was that in like Scandinavia?
Probably Scandinavia. I know it's where there was Viking culture, so it would
Yeah.
be where the Vikings were.
No, but I'm just saying it might have been in, say, Greenland or Iceland, where it was extremely hard to live there. They lived there, didn't they, for a while?
Oh, I
Or
see what you're
they did.
saying. Just
Yeah.
that, like the
It's
Vikings weren't
cold.
isolated in one country; they were in
Yeah.
a few
Well,
different
because there wasn't
countries.
much. It was harder to grow crops there and all that,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
No, that's a very very good point. Yeah. No, I get where you're coming
That's
from.
why the Inuits did it, because life was so bloody hard in the icy conditions. So
Yeah. No, that's where it would get to the point where if you're taking care of the elderly folk, then all of a sudden you can't survive anymore. You're
Oh.
fucking all of us are dying. So it
But
really was a
that shows in
utilitarian
population.
thing.
Yes, but that shows in population density. Like it's way less people in the north, and they multiply in Africa. Like they multiply like flies.
Oh, that's also like they've proven that human violence is worse in heat prone areas.
sorry, Sanctuary Seeker says the 4 avatars look like planets. So it looks cool, and he says it's good to see everyone. Sanctuary, if you want to come on here, please do. Mm. Yeah.
There it was. Yeah, that was something else about that wife burning is that, and you were talking about old age and stuff. Is that in Hinduism, there's 4 stages of life. There's the first stage, the student stage, then the second stage, the householder stage. The third stage is the hermit stage, and the fourth stage is the renunciate stage. And the renunciate stage is where they renounce all worldly life and seek spiritual liberation and enlightenment. And that's where a lot of the old people will go, okay, I'm going to meditate myself to death, or I'm going to go throw myself on a pyre, because it was sort of like what you were talking about. Am I going to sit here and fucking be tortured, or am I going to take the fast track and get my fucking growth?
All right. Well, yeah. Now these fucking Sumerians have got me worried.
Dude, that's like so
Oh,
back to the original though. It
I know,
really is
I know,
sort of antiquated. When you
I
were
know.
talking about
Well,
that in my brain, I was like, this sounds like somebody's trying to explain calculus using
mm.
plus and minus symbols. You
No,
I
it's
mean
know?
weird.
it is, and I heard, well, in Africa, in ancient Africa, they used to worship the sun and that, and they used to think we all came from the sun. In many ways, they're right. We are all formed from
Yep.
stars, basically stardust. But
Yep.
they basically said when you died, you went back to the sun, and then you came out again. That was their belief that, and it wasn't really. I mean, I remember watching a documentary on it. But it is interesting how the sun was seen as a god in different. I mean, it's obvious that it would be seen as a god because we're so dependent on it.
Yep.
But it is interesting to think about how that affected the trajectory of our different cultures around the world. I mean, the shit that happened in South America with the evening what do you call it, sacrifices to the sun so that it would rise again the next day, and
Oh
everyone was
shit, that
always,
sounds like some fucking Aztec fucking sacrifices or some shit.
yeah, imagine how long that went on for. That probably went on for
Yeah.
centuries, you know.
Oh yeah.
People
But they all
literally
disappear with the drought.
every single evening someone had to be killed for the sun to rise, and not
Uh,
just someone,
Yeah.
multiple people probably.
Weren't they often too like children that were taken up on that role?
All manner of different people, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I thought that they like put a special emphasis on children. You know, sort of
They
like
probably,
the
yeah, but yeah, no, you're right. It was like basically sometimes it was the case of the better quality the person, the more
yeah.
beautiful and all
Yep.
this, that the better,
Yeah, so that's where they'd see the
because
children. And they were like,
that was seen as a true sacrifice,
yeah, like one child's heart was worth like two or four adult hearts.
or
You
like a
know.
beautiful woman or whatever,
Yeah, 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 same thing.
Told by
Yeah.
who? Told by who? By some Christian thinking
Well,
This is
people.
true. This could be all
Yes.
propaganda. I wasn't there at the time. I don't know if any of this actually happened. It could all just be
I'm sure
Spanish propaganda.
they would have been sacrificed, but
now Yvonne's talking about Christians and ancient Aztec culture. I'm getting confused, man.
no, who went there? The conquistador, the
Yes,
Mexican,
the conquistadors.
the
Yeah,
Spanish, the conquistador, the queen of Spain. Anyway,
Wasn't that modern like Aztecs though, not like fucking ancient Aztecs?
oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
in the 1500, but they went extinct after the huge drought.
Okay, I was just confused a minute on
Yeah,
time periods. That's all.
But these sacrifices were all over the world. People forget
yeah,
that.
Oh
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It's just
They look making it
it
work.
it just seems that in the Aztec Empire they were doing it on
Yeah.
an industrial scale. It just
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
They
yeah,
really
yeah.
were doing it on an industrial scale. It's fucking terrifying,
Yeah,
You
man.
know why? Because after the Mexican went there, or the first trip that they went there,
it was
they
Oscar the
spread
Marcus.
no, but they spread the disease, smallpox. So they had to sacrifice a lot of people. And when they went back, it looked like they had to make
No,
more sacrifice.
I thought
Yeah,
smallpox was for the North American. That was later on, brother.
Yeah, that was Native
uh,
Americans, but they probably did introduce diseases to
yeah,
No,
this
to them.
is the wrong one.
with the Aztecs, it was basic influenza.
Uh,
Ah, that makes
Yeah, yeah,
sense.
it was something. Anyway,
Yeah.
they went there. The first trip that they went there, they infect everybody, and they told the story. They million of people, big village, and everything. And when they went back, yeah, they didn't believe the guy because there were nobody, and everybody was killing everybody.
Anyway, guys, it is late for me here, so I'm going to leave it to you guys, okay? And if anybody wants to hop on, you keep an eye on it, yeah?
All right.
Ow.
All right, take care, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye. And obviously, if Brother Marcus comes back, which I hope he does, you let him on or
He
whatever.
might.
Yeah, keep an eye, and police it well. Take care. Bye, 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 bye.
Listen, Brother Marcus is going to listen to the audience while I get some chore done. He's gonna talk to us later.
Ah,
He said that on the studio.
I see.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, on the YouTube page. Well, it's not a no. No, there's just two planets. Sanctuary is gonna be confused. So
Uh,
what's your dilemma, Gaya? About I was talking about you like with AI because I consider like AI like a real tool. It's a super fancy like it's not like a tape measure per se because like for me like a clock and a watch it's a tape measure.
okay.
It's the same goddamn thing.
Yeah.
But uh, AI is just a tool. It's a fancy goddamn tool. It's like the computer in Star Trek
Yeah.
kind of thing. That's how
Huh.
I see it. AI gonna say computer and blah 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 blah. Blah. You do
My
this
first
thing.
thought to that is, what are we but God's fancy tool? You
Like
know?
us?
Yeah. I'm like they
No,
say
no,
that.
no, no. We're still a flower in the field. You're still gonna die. You're not fancy at all. You're just a
Tools
flower.
still tools don't live forever though, you know. It's like if you use a screwdriver too much, it's gone. You can't, it strips it, you can't use it anymore, you know.
But what?
Same thing.
What if you make the tool made of atom? You
Well,
have
atoms still can break apart, you know, like
yeah,
depending on the situation or time or whatever, you know. You got yeah,
oh yeah,
there's freaking what's it called? Nuclear fission, you know. Nuclear fission
yeah,
breaks apart atoms, you know.
yeah. But you see my point. You make something that's gonna last longer and it's gonna last long time, like at least 1 billion years. So
Huh. Yeah.
unless you destroy it, no, you use a weapon like a frequency, a bell or something.
Yeah.
But no, I mean like it's a tool. Uh, People is go crazy about like Grok 4, now it's gonna be Grok 5,
Oh, you're
and
talking about the ChatGPT 5, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Oh, they make yeah, a funny story about that too on YouTube. It was about the AI building itself, and now is making the number 4 and
Oh yeah, they're getting to the spot where the AI is starting to create itself.
yeah, it created itself, and the
Yep.
number 4 is gonna create number 5, and the human has to give the authority to 4 to make the 5, because if we don't, the Chinese gonna achieve what you call it, intelligence supreme in awakening. What you call it? What's the name of it?
Singularity?
Singularity. Yes, yes, yes. In AI.
Yeah.
So yeah, Chinese working on it. So
Well, that's where it's funny because they say it'll be, 10 years until the singularity, but they're also saying that it could be sooner. And that's where, if it already is building itself, then it probably will be sooner.
yeah.
So it might be 5 years from now the singularity happens instead of 10. And that's fucking trippy. Because, the singularity, when I was growing up, I completely believed in it because I was
Mm-hmm.
100% a transhumanist. And then I got to the spot where I'm like, oh my God, all these transhumanists are deluding themselves. They're literally saying that they're going to upload their consciousness within their lifetime. They're going to live forever. And, that's an assumption. That's not a guarantee, you know?
No.
And that I think that a lot of people are using that as like an ego defense. I'm not going to actually dissect the problems I have in my life, and I'm just going to use this as a defensive tool to not ignore the reality of things.
Yes.
So that's where
Yeah.
now that fuck, what was I saying? Singularity. So now
Singularity.
it's so wild seeing the singularity approaching so fast because once I got into that perspective a few years ago, where I started realizing so many of these people are deluding themselves, I
Yeah. Yeah.
started going. Okay, the singularity probably isn't going to happen anytime soon. It'll probably be a
Oof.
while.
Damn
It's because
right.
yeah, well, especially because I'm huge into the nuclear fusion. The
Yeah.
idea
Yeah.
of getting nuclear fusion is amazing. Limitless clean power. Hell yes. But at the same time, literally for over 90 years, they've been saying nuclear fusion is only 30 years away.
Well,
Did you know
because
that?
no, because they already have nuclear fusion. They charging us for something else they're building right now.
Well, they have nuclear fission. That's the normal nuclear power.
Yeah,
That's normal nuclear stations,
yeah, there's
and
steam power. Yeah,
we're working on developing actual nuclear fusion that can give out the
fission. Yes.
same
Yeah.
amount of power. But we're at the spot where basically we just reached the ignition point, so we can actually keep the cycles going and generate the energy, that positive cycle. But at the
Yes.
same
Yes.
time, we're at a spot where we have to put so much energy into it that the energy
Oh
we
yeah.
get back isn't quite worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. They're building a big one in Finland
Yeah.
right now, a giant one, and it's gonna be like that's what you're talking about.
I know what you're
The
talking about. Yeah,
fission.
they're building that one that's supposed to be like twice as big as CERN or something. It's supposed to be massive.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's massive because they compete, and then they have to achieve something because they don't. They the northern people don't want to rely on fossil fuel. They want a source of energy that would propose them like into the future.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's the biggest fucking problem with the nuclear fusion though, is that all the white people are gonna fucking steal it all, and we're just gonna give all the gas to the fucking the southern
Yeah.
hemisphere,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
and so we'll have all this limitless power, and all these
Yeah.
people in
In the
Africa
north.
will be fucking going Mad Max over their gasoline.
But
Fucked up.
it's like if you look at it, it's gonna be like a crown on the planet because
Yeah.
they want to control all the north like Arctic
I
and
just swear, white people in America need to stop talking about racism in America. If you're going to talk about racism, talking about it globally. You know, we're all fucking human beings, and maybe we shouldn't be trashing the southern part of our planet.
uh, I think there's no real racism. People are just like disgust by smell or this or that. It just sense they had no sense.
Hmm.
It's just a sense response. That's what it is. Like with me as a French Nordic people, because like that's where I came from, France, and then they colonized in Canada.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got that sense of smell, and other people that sense of smell they can use it like in cuisine, like you just taste it and you're gonna know right away what's in it,
Yeah.
like that's a job, man. And some people it's their nose sense of smell, but what I want to say about that is like uh, I smell other people like black or people from Africa, and oh they smell strong, but the strongest is the curry people that eat curry. The Indian, oh man, oh they stink so bad, man.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, because they say like you are what you eat, and it's exactly what it is with
That
people
one
sometimes.
confuses the fuck out of me because
What?
just that whole, you know, that people eat too much curry smell,
Yeah.
you know,
Yes.
like
Yes.
when I eat too much curry, I smell like
Yeah.
fucking maple syrup. I smell like a fucking like an IHOP fucking restaurant. I do
Uh,
not smell bad.
but
And
okay.
well, it's just funny because it's like because it's part of how the actual chemistry of the molecule, but it also
Yes.
has to do with that. Obviously, everybody's bodies are different. You know that.
Different.
So
Yeah.
that's where, you know, when people make a statement like that, some people would go like, "That's racist," and I'm gonna go
Yeah.
like, "No, I don't think it's racist. Maybe they're just trying to explain, but unsuccessfully explain that some Indian people that eat curry smell great. Some people that
Yeah.
eat Indian people that eat curry smell god awful." And that's just sort of people, I think, too, because
Hey,
it's like,
century.
again,
Hey, wait a minute. Century, want to come on?
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Century. You have to click on
at the stage. There we go.
the thing.
Thanks for giving me a heads up.
Yes. You just.
Yo, man.
What's up, Sanctuary?
I'm good, man. Can you guys hear me, man?
A little bit. You sound out of it, though. Like you fucking smoked a little bit too much of the flower. You enjoying yourself?
I'm just trolling you, bro. I'm trolling you.
You're
I'm good.
trolling me?
I'm good. I'm good. Don't worry. I'm not drunk. I'm not high. No, but I joined in at a funny moment when
when
Well, but by the way, how you know, it's good to see you guys, man. It's been a long time. But
I got,
I had to join because you guys were talking about the curry, like people.
oh yes.
And listen, man, I gotta tell you, right? So I on Monday. See, Monday was a holiday in Canada, and I know you, my friend, are also Canadian, right?
Yes.
So because it was a holiday, the usual gym I go to was closed. I went to the southern one that's open 24 hours. Anywho, you know, I was kind of in a far rack, and I don't know why Buddy had to come right next to me, man. You know what I'm saying, bro? And it's just like, yeah, it's kind of like you could, I don't know, you could smell it, right? But I see, I don't. It's just a gym. I mind it. You know why I have a problem with it at the gym? Because we're trying to breathe. Like I was at the gym earlier, right? And I'm telling you, like in between sets, you're dying. You can't breathe, right? You're trying to like get your breath back. And imagine being next to a guy, bro, like that. It just sucks, man.
Ugh.
Yeah, I just joined in because you guys brought it up, right? And so I thought it was funny, man.
I feel you with that. I'm like, they should have like fucking casino grade HEPA filters in all gymnasiums. For
They get-
reals. I'm not trying to smell your stank ass.
No,
Right,
no,
right.
not at all. It's disgusting, man. But I was working like I was stripping a floor in a Walmart here somewhere, and then those people that work at night that fill the shelves.
Yeah.
But I could smell that woman 4 fucking hours away,
Oh, God.
like on the other side, like fucking man.
Holy crap, dude. That's
Yeah.
insane.
I know, it's
Yeah.
disgusting.
It's just you know the thing is, it's like when we get into like the sociology of things, right? So depending on where you go, depending on whatever, however you're brought up or whatever,
Yeah,
some things are more normal, some things are not. To me, it's like I don't see. I'm trying to figure out if really curry would be the problem, or if it's more, like just not wearing the deodorant. It's
Well,
not that I
no,
don't. Think,
no,
yeah.
it's not that because me, if I eat too much pasta, lah, there's something in the carb that make me think like it's disgusting. It's just like my sweat. It's disgusting. So I when I eat pasta, I just eat like once a week or something. If not, something in it make me like I can smell it. But all we were talking is about racist. Is about like it's not racist. Like people are not racist. They just cannot smell others. Like it's a tantrum that the people are having at the moment, and they use excuses because they're fucking moron.
That's
Like,
sort of like what Seeker was saying too, that we're
What?
all raised in different ways, and depending on what ways we're raised, some things are more normal or less normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like for me, man. Listen,
Mhm.
like is it ever possible that you get a day or two where, let's say, you won't shower, something happen, what, I don't know, you're super busy, and it's like it's to the point you can't even make it a priority for a 10-minute 15-minute shower. But here's what
Yes.
here's what I'll never ever go to
What?
unshowered. I'll never go to my chiropractor without taking a shower. And
Yeah.
I always that is the one time where I'll actually like scrub the bottom of my feet, because I know a lot of times they're going to readjust my feet and
It's gonna touch you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like a time like that. If I ever do some wrestling, once in a blue moon, I'll wrestle with some people at one of the gyms or whatever. That I want to make sure I'm not smelling bad. So like I am considerate. It's like I'll be honest, man. If I'm locked in my place for 4 or 5 days by myself, maybe I'm gonna be an animal. And not really
For real, you're just camping at that point, bro.
You're just camping, exactly, right?
But you guys saw the guy in Saudi Arabia? He did not wash for like 15 years.
Oh my God, that's crazy, bro.
He's
Oh, that's
black.
so nasty.
Is crusty. What if the guy offer him like a shit ton
so
of money just to
nasty.
take a bath? Yeah.
That's
fucked
so
up.
fucking gross.
That's
Oh, it is, bro. But there is
Yeah.
some homeless people that are like that. They don't wash. They don't have a place to go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
Yeah, that's again too, depending on where you live. Like,
yeah,
my city has a fucking river. Like if there's any homeless people that get too dirty, like I guarantee you're gonna find some down the fucking river.
I'm
You
gonna
know?
I'm gonna tell you the like where I'm at, the homeless population, it's crazy. Like it's big. It's everywhere you go. It's people
Yeah.
talk about Skid Row in L.A. I think ours is probably worse. Or just maybe like,
right.
but it's anywho. I went maybe 3 days ago. I went for a walk at these It's actually funny. It's not really a forest. It's not really a reservation, but it's actually it's
Provincial
kind of
park.
it's kind of on top of these train tracks. It's pretty much a forest in the city, but like a block or 2 block radius of a forest. Anywho, the public doesn't go there because the public is scared of these areas. But me, the way I grew up, I go everywhere. And 3 days ago, I went through it, right? Kind of like my
Yeah.
teen days, right? Reliving my teen days. And I went to so for a while they were calling it Tent City because the homeless guys they would put up their tents there.
Yeah.
The city ended up kicking them all out. But anyways,
The fire.
no, they just kicked them out. They said he can't be
Okay.
here. But anyways,
Yeah.
I ended up the one I went to, it was another form of tent city. But I am telling you, outside in the wilderness where there's a million trees, where you're getting enough oxygen. As soon as I walked in, it was kind of like a little circle, and it was funny. You know what they had right in front of it? They had a Mona Lisa statue painting, but hung up on a wall because they're trying to make it more like homey, right? Like
Yeah.
home life. And when I walk in it, it's like a dome, kind of like a small circle. Like imagine a big living room that size, right? And it's like covered behind trees, but it's a bunch of tents. The second you walk in that vicinity, just that area, you get a big woof of this like just horrible
Energy.
odor. No, like
Oh.
horrible odor, like to the point. I'm
It's
telling you, to the point, like it just blinds your eyes, like that
the
type of odor.
bedroom. You went to the bedroom area.
Well, technically, I went to the bedroom of their area because it was all tents. But I walked. But surprisingly, there wasn't anybody there at that time. It must have been 5 p.m. But I was surprised. There must have been like 10 tents set up, and not a single soul was in sight. And it's kind of rare. But yeah, I mean that smell, man. To be outside and still smell like it was kind of rare in a way, real rare.
No, it's not rare. It's normal. When I was a kid, I used to grow on a farm, and we used to like pluck chicken and feed chicken and shit like that. But when they took me with the social services for a couple of years, I went other house, and then after that, I went back to the farm a couple of years after because my mom took me back. But man, the smell, man, I become nose blind by growing in it. I didn't even know.
Mm.
And then my sense teach me like, oh God, it's that smell, man. And my mom tried to pluck another chicken. Oh, that was hard because I had the sense of smell. It come back. I don't know.
Yeah.
But sometimes people live in it, they don't smell it, and then they go places and other people are not comfortable with that, and then like bam.
You were in the system, you're saying?
Oh yeah, social services.
Yeah, children's aid. Okay.
Yeah. They took me away when I was a kid.
At a young age.
Yeah, 8 years old.
Oh man,
I was 18.
that's too young, brother.
Oh,
That is
yeah.
brutal.
Oh yeah, they screw me up totally, man. Totally, man.
What did you? So did you live like in a foster home or something like that?
Oh yeah, more than one. In 6 months, I moved like 6 times.
Okay, so let me ask you this: why would someone move like consistently?
Because the system is screwed up.
No, but what? Okay, are they moving you? Or are you requesting to get moved? Like
I'm
that's
a
all I'm asking.
kid. I'm a kid. I have no authority.
Oh,
It's all the parent.
so what? So what? Okay, but you must have an idea. Like, what is it? They didn't want you. Like, what makes them kind of? You know what I mean?
Oh no! If you want to know, it's because my stepdad raped my sister and he beat me up. So,
Okay, here's let me. Okay, this is what I want to ask you.
But-
If you want to go down that route, if
yep,
not, I'll stop talking.
yep.
So I hear these stories happening specifically at group homes and foster homes where the kids get taken advantage of. I'm just
hmm
what I'm trying to figure out is like the psychology behind that. Like,
It's a
why?
money pot.
Huh?
It's a money pot.
Yeah, it's a money pot.
Because
It-
the caretaker can take care about a dozen kids depending on the size of their home, but with all the home that I went through, I see so many people that they have no job, or is the woman of the house and the husband is working and they're taking care of they want extra money, so they ask the government like to take care of kids because like their parents they're grown up adults so they can take care of children and they get like $600 a month, something like that
and
per
tax
kid.
credits and all these other fucking things.
Yes,
Yeah, I know
yes.
exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
it's a scam. It's a total
Yeah.
scam. But
Yeah.
anyway, the intention is there. It's a
Lazy
good
people that
intention.
don't want to be parents or
Mhm.
have jobs, but get the benefits of both.
But what you want to know? It's about the abuse they do. Fuck
Yeah.
man, the first one. Oh man, it was horrible. It was horrible. I had to wash my because I pee in bed, so I had to wash my thing by hand in the tub, and I go hang it outside before I go to school. And in the winter, I come back from school, the sheet are dry, man. I had to take it out, let it thaw, and oh man, stuff like that. And then one time she grabbed me by like with her long nail and she threw me in the hallway. Uh, fuck it, was other stuff. Anyway, other people are just creepy. Another time, I went into one of the house. Their son robbed a bank, and he come at the house. He had a full bunch of $50, and then he run away, and the SWAT came in the house.
Oh,
Stuff like
geez.
that. No man, you see a lot. But anyway, I didn't have any parent. Nobody care. Nobody give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
They think they do, but your kid, they don't. They just taking
Oh,
care of you.
that's where it's all
You know,
fucked up, man. They make it so hard for like legitimate, real people to adopt kids, but then they make it
well,
so easy for people like that to just have fucking 12 kids and ruin all their lives and make all this money doing it. It's
It's a
fucked
well,
up.
scam.
I'm gonna tell you guys this, right? To my and by the way, may the Most High forgive me if I'm out of line here, but to my experience, understanding people who work in social services,
Yep.
specifically social workers and whatnot. Yeah, I kind of always want to try and get an understanding on why they even picked that field,
To
because
work, yeah.
some of them, the way I look at it is, they how do I say this? For example, I make an argument that a psychologist who has never, let's say, for example, they've never had depression, what
Mm-hmm.
fuck can they tell somebody about depression? Now, what I'm saying is, yeah, I mean, I get it. You're kind of educated on depression, but the thing is, if you've ever had it, you would know that it's a very specific, distinctive feeling. And let's
Yes.
go into even more of like chronic depression, where you've had it for like, let's say, 3 years, and at that point, I'm going to tell you this: if you've had it for that long, then you know it actually doesn't go away. You just got to learn how to cope with it. That's
Yep.
the facts of it. But what I'm trying to get at is, yeah, I mean, I see a lot of social workers, and it's like they're so by the book, they'll never bend the rules or break the rules to, like, let's say a kid, is, I don't know, just really needs an extra help. I don't see them really going above and beyond. They're kind of like, yeah, sorry, kid, like,
Yes.
this is all we can offer. You don't want to do it, it's on
Yes.
you. Because here's the thing, man. I'm going to tell you this, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's all psychology, right? So it's like
Yep.
when we talk about a kid in a foster home, um, if the kid's throwing a fit, and he's acting like an idiot and whatever, and let's say
Yeah.
all the elders yell at him and it never gets to
Yep.
him, there's a big psychology behind the kid's
Mhm.
kind of crying out for help and he doesn't know how to do it. And the problem is nobody understands him. Instead, they get mad at him.
Yeah, but the thing is that nobody can do nothing. They're not
No, they
allowed.
can't. No, there is no. Where there's a will, there's a
It's
way.
not their child. They cannot teach them anything. They're not allowed to touch them, to teach them anything. It's just like a numb transition to, okay, you stay there, I'm going to feed you, and you're going to transit, and we hope with your parents going to be all good. But it's not going to be good. And because they're doing that, they're causing a trauma into people.
Yeah,
A
that's
huge
true.
one. I got it, man. Fuck.
No, you're right. Which then would say, really, the problem is more on the system and not really the parents, because now that's what I'm understanding is now.
Yep.
No. The system is broken and they don't want to
But
accept
that's
it.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
Everybody's lying to each other for.
It's all paperwork. It's all paperwork, right? As
Yeah.
long as they fill out the proper paperwork and cover their ass, then they're good, right? Because they all have like ministry standards that they gotta abide by, right? So it's kind of like, all right, we put it in that that sanctuary, he took his weekly haircut, or we got we encourage sanctuary to cut his nails, but he didn't want to cut his nails. So as long as they're documenting it, the paperwork, their ass is covered. That's all they care about. You see what I mean? That's kind of what I get out of it. Is they're more concerned with covering their ass, and that's all of them. The Children's Aid,
Well,
Children's
that's the way the
Society.
legal system has been born.
That's it.
It's the entire legal system is set up that way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why it's it just even reminds me with the whole thing with jobs today. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Like, bro, I'm telling you, man, I see this is
Yeah.
just my opinion, but my opinion is, without over exaggerating the number, I think half of like people at certain jobs shouldn't fucking be doing that. Like they're as useless as a pet rock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they get in there through connection. They get in there through somehow they've deceived the system to get in. Like, who knows, right? Whatever the case is. But I'm a big like sociologist. I study sociology. That's like the more science based of it is, whereas of my spiritual beliefs would just tell me that I'm an awakened soul to the matrix type of thing, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, you can kind of pick both, when necessary. But yeah, I mean, well, you're a sociologist. Okay, Mr. Socio, what are you going to do with that? Right. And it's like, well, I'm going to try and break out of the matrix. And it was actually funny. I was really thinking about it today. I'm like, holy crap, we really do live in a matrix. Like, it's just, people are not awake, right? Like, if you pay attention to people's conversations, they're very,
Oh, yeah,
th-
about,
th- it's almost-
sorry.
Yeah.
Because Gaia was talking about something, and you just make me remember the thought about AI. It's just because I don't know if you guys see the video about the universe, how they are shape it into the an Horus.
an orange,
No, not an orange, an Horus.
orange.
Yeah, Horus, like the god of Egypt.
Oh,
Horus.
Oris.
Horus.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's like a donut. It looked like a donut.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like a donut. It's like a pure energy into the magnetic field.
But
Oh,
wait,
you're
wait,
talking about
wait,
Taurus,
wait,
yeah.
wait. What looks
Wait.
like a donut?
Yeah,
The Taurus.
the Taurus field. Yes.
Oh, the Taurus field. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
I know what
Taurus,
that
not
is.
Taurus.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's the same. Like I confused.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, that's our electromagnetic field. That's what that is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
but that's what the universe we live in right now. Everything is made of that field.
Yeah.
But-
No, there's the Taurus within our bodies, but there's also the universal Taurus.
Yes, but what I was saying is about AI right now. I treat it like a fancy tape measure. Okay, it's because they're AI. The way it sees the Fibonacci sequence is with the number like 0 to 9 and A to Z. Yeah, A to Z. So you put all those letter and number into the field, and you can create everything. That's
Mm.
that's how it sees. That's how it creates. And the XYZ axiom, right? Because like you have to understand the torus field and the yeah.
Right. So now you're getting into like manifestation.
Uh,
If you're saying you can create everything, is that what you're getting into?
well, it's how the well well it's manifestation, yeah, but it's not. They're not manifesting anything. We're doing the manifestation. We're the one that created it, right?
Oh,
The
I
man.
think that it'll be manifesting things into existence soon.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to be manifesting into things soon?
I think the AI is going to be manifesting
Oh,
things into existence
oh yeah,
soon.
yeah.
Yes,
Well,
yes,
see,
yes, yes.
it's funny because I think like the Matrix, right? That's my movie, by the way. That's like what I'm gonna always rap for the kid who says there's no spoon. You know, I'm big on that, right? I'm a real Matrix nerd, but I think when when he goes like he's like Neo, you're under the belief that it's 1999 when in reality it's actually 2199. So they're about a century off on the
Yeah.
timeline, whatever, right? So I don't know if like that's kind of one. But anyways, he's saying we gave birth to artificial intelligence. This from this movie is 26 years old, 26 years ago. And he goes, we gave birth to AI. And then he talks about how AI comes to take over. And interestingly enough, in the Terminator, those robots, those
Yeah,
robots are AI robots, right? And so
yeah.
what do? These Terminators, they're out. Well, they were trying to get John Connor, right? They were trying to get
John
the kid
Connor.
in the yeah, they weren't really trying to get like humanity, but I can kind of seeing that manifest to where now AI turns on us and they try and get us, you know.
What do you think
I
is
think
gonna happen in the
Skynet was the
future?
AI. I don't think the
Yeah.
robots themselves were AI. I think they were nodes to the network.
Well, Skynet is the name of the program, but
What
AI
program?
is the what?
You said the name of the program? What program?
Skynet is just the name of the program.
Scan it?
Skynet.
Skynet in Terminator.
Oh, oh,
It's just
Skynet. Okay.
yeah, it's just the name of the program.
Okay.
Yeah, but the program is like the brain, and the robots are like the fingers. So that's my
Yeah, but
understanding.
Skynet is AI. It's just a
Yeah,
name.
yeah.
Like
No, the Skynet is
yeah,
AI.
yeah,
I was saying like Seeker was saying that he thought that the robots were AI, and I don't know
yeah.
if the robots in Terminator were AI or not. I haven't seen it in frickin' forever and stuff, but
But
that's just
Yeah.
the way I perceived it.
are you guys watching like cartoon?
I watch
Which
everything.
Yeah, like like you ever watched Ghost in the Shell? Like for example,
Fuck, I haven't seen that one yet. No, that's one of the only animes one of the only AAA animes I haven't seen
what?
yet.
Never watched Ghost in the Shell, man.
No, I've seen
Fuck.
Evangelon. I've seen Cowboy Bebop. I've seen
Okay.
all the like the fucking. I haven't seen Akira yet either, though. I
Uh,
need to see
uh,
Akira.
okay. Oh, that's a classic. Akira is a classic. But anyway, it's all our bio thing. But it's an evolution. Like, look at me when I see AI. Look for me, the tool is to make me like Superman. I want it
Right?
to modify my body so I can be like Goku in like fucking Super Saiyan, man. Like fucking shit indestructible, and I can go in space, go
Man, that's
like
beyond transhumanism, man. That's a transcendent form of
yeah.
transhumanism.
But people always stop at like cyberpunk, like
For reals, I want to see my
Ghost in the
visible
Shell.
aura. For reals.
Yes, those. But those is like magic. but it's not magic. It's science. Like it's fucking science. We can do it, but people are scared. They don't want to do the transition. I'm talking online with the people. Sorry. Uh,
Who's that? Wifey getting at you?
yeah, it's my wife talking. Are you talking so loud? What are you doing?
I don't think you're talking loud. I think you're even quieter than we are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just maybe the microphone.
Yeah, I think it's the microphone. I'm pretty sure like everybody practically uses speakerphone if they're on their phone, doing this off their phone. And that's where
Yeah,
you pretty much just talk louder on speakerphone. It's just like
yeah,
everybody does that.
Yeah.
yeah. And my aura is spreading around and affecting other aura people, and then they come by and say,
'Cause that's where I'm laughing. I just moved and I got a deep voice, so every time I talk, I hear an echo. But I bet you guys aren't picking up on the echo.
No,
No,
I don't
no,
hear
no.
an echo.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's fucking funny.
But anyway, that's my point of view about AI and the future of humanity.
So have either of you seen Pantheon yet?
Pantheon.
No, no, I haven't.
Oh man, that was a good one I saw recently.
No.
Yeah, it's an anime. It's on Netflix. Freaking crazy, man. It's all transhumanism and uploading
Okay.
the consciousness and stuff. It's crazy.
Oh, cool, cool. No, there's some on Netflix, but I'm always stuck on YouTube, guys.
Yeah,
YouTube.
YouTube is like easy, right?
Yeah.
You know, the cool thing is, man, what I like about the algorithms, whether it's YouTube or Instagram, like for example, on Instagram, there's only two things I'm being well, maybe they're but for example, it's the strength and conditioning that I do at the gym. Like I get random videos from basketball players, gym guys, like random shit, but it's big on like my conscience growth, truth seeking, and that is more into like, let's say, whether it's like Bible related verses or whether it's like just knowing thyself, like philosophy. So that's what ends up in my algorithm, and I love that, the social media picks up on that, like whether it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, it just knows.
Yeah, it knows your search.
Yeah.
Everything you search, it will pop up to you.
Oh, it was
You got
acting great for me a few months ago, but I swear to God, every time Trump is in office, YouTube goes to shit. Like I
so
was looking
are
up.
you into politics?
No, I don't look into politic videos really. I watch philosophy videos. I fucking
All right.
anytime I watch anything that might fuck with the algorithm in a negative way, I instantly remove it from my search history.
I guess what I receive on my phone lately.
Like last night, I was looking up some nasal snuff reviews, and because I'm big into nasal snuff, and
Yeah.
freaking the first thing that popped up on my search results were how is Civil War in America gonna look like? And I'm like, are you
Okay.
fucking kidding me, man? Like, this is the bullshit that's getting like, you may like this video also, and it's the first result, and it's
Oh wow.
not even showing me the shit that I want to find, and it's like you're just pushing this shit out there
Yeah.
because it will engage people and it will actually start a fucking civil war. Like YouTube wants a civil war. Let's be
Yeah. Yeah.
honest.
But
You
some
get some
people
more
pay for that.
engagements,
They pay for spreading their video to people. So
right?
it's gonna appear on your chat. So if you click on it, they're gonna get money.
And then channels like mine, like on my creator channel, where I've been pouring my heart and soul it for a fucking year straight, don't even got 20 subscribers yet. And you watch, some fucking dude gamble on YouTube and he has 2,000 fucking subscribers and all these people commenting. And it's like, you literally are punished for being a real person trying your hardest.
Yeah, you gotta use
You're
AI.
rewarded for being a lazy piece of shit.
That's funny, bro.
For reals. I'm just glad I don't attach that shit to my ego and I just look at the big picture.
Well, if you want more subscribers, start playing game and talk.
I just view using YouTube as like a form of wow, fuck, what is it called? Culture jamming. You
Yeah.
know,
Well,
I'm basically just culture jamming YouTube. I'm using
mm,
an evil system to create positive things. You know.
Hey fellas, I'm gonna call it a night. I'm getting sleepy, man. Uh,
yeah.
I've been having a early bedtime these days. You know, I feel like an old granny, not grandpa, granny. You know, 'cause they sleep early, right? So, but anyway, hey man, I'll see you guys around though. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.
Sure.
All right, you have
Yep.
a good one.
Bye. So you cannot share anything on YouTube, man.
What was that?
When you talk, you cannot post anything like while talking.
Oh yeah, I don't. I'm fucking. I'm still figuring out this. StreamYard thing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know. So yeah, I need a little bit of work before I start doing that all the time.
God damn,
Start multitasking.
you're gonna have to start to pay you see for all the work. Get on the payroll.
No, that's where I have like a lot of fucking props for DNW, man. Like I've been freaking
Yeah,
like I said, I've been doing a fucking YouTube for a year straight now, and it's like, damn, I see how much like fucking effort you have to put into this shit, you know?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like whether you have all the tools and money in the world or no tools and no money, either way, you have to put a lot of fucking effort into it.
Well, it's like any hobby. When you start a hobby, it's like sketchy at start, and then you get easier and faster as you go. Yep. But I don't know. Me, I'm born in the '70s, so fuck yeah. All that
Dang,
computer
are
shit.
you
Huh?
serious?
Yeah.
Dang, you do not sound that old.
No.
No, you seem much younger.
Okay.
And
Everybody
I don't mean
says.
that in I don't mean that in any negative way, like maturity or anything. I just mean that in like the energy you give off. You give off like a youthful energy, a youthful presence. It's nice.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's how I been. A tool.
Seriously, I thought you were like in like my age range. I'm 32. I thought you were like in your 30s or maybe even in
No.
your late 20s.
No.
I did not think you're that old.
No, I'm getting close to 50. You see.
Dang.
Oh yeah. But I never changed. I just stay myself. And I think fuck it.
Huh.
Yep.
Yep. No, that's where I've been fucking struggling with the aging process the past few years. You know, like I had my spine fused at 16. I've been having chronic pain for the past few years, and then just
Yeah.
the aging factors finally getting me. For the first time in my life, I'm like, wow, I'm starting to get old, and I'm feeling it.
Yep.
And it's brutal because it's like my fucking mental state. It's like Jesus Christ, I feel like my brain, my soul is it could just last forever, but my body's like going like, okay, now that your soul's healthy, this is too much for me, man. Like you got too much positive energy, and this energy is just making me fall apart, man.
Yeah, for sure. I understand.
Fuck, it's annoying. It's like, come on, body, keep up with my brain.
That's why I like to see what the other civilizations do to their people to train them. And we're pretty lazy now in the future, regardless, to take care of our people. Like all the old people stole everything from us. So fuck, man.
Oh, I know. It's fucking ridiculous,
Oh
man.
yeah,
All the boomers and shit during the fucking 80s, man. The
yeah.
80s, once the 80s happened around the world, everything went to shit, man. We
Oh
started
yeah.
giving all the power to the corporations and, taking away all the power from the governments and from ourselves and just like corporations run the fucking world nowadays. They
Yeah.
really do.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's where I'm always thinking, I'm going like, fuck, man. Like you'd think that, especially someone like Trump, you'd think that they would be like, have the fucking cojones to go, you know what? We're going to fucking make a fucking law to where you are going to have to work with us, you tech
Yep.
companies. We're not going to have to work with you. You now have to
No.
get rid of all these evil fucking algorithms. And, you can't be fucking with our fucking national security by trying to instigate civil wars. Like, the fucking
Yes. Yes.
government just doesn't give a shit. It's crazy.
Yeah.
No, this I just discovered last night. You might find this fascinating.
Yes.
I
Yes.
I just found
Yes.
out there are no federal regulations in the U.S. on civilian ownership and use of flamethrowers. And it gets even worse. Apparently, in
Mm,
2015, gun manufacturers started mass producing them and selling them to Americans.
yes.
I'm like, oh my God, when Civil War happens, we're literally going to go scorched earth status. There's going to be nothing left in this fucking shithole.
No, this is gonna
I
be the
just it just
cleanup.
boggles my mind though, because okay, so booby traps
Oh,
are in a person's home are illegal because of
yeah,
non-discriminate use.
yeah. Because
Mines
yes,
are
yes,
banned under international law for in warfare for indiscriminate use.
yes,
The
yes.
U.S. government cares more about property than its people, but let's all let the citizens burn everything to the ground with flamethrowers. Who cares?
Mhm.
It's like, what? I'm so fucking confused. You care about property more than people, but yet you let fire loose, and fire is alive and living and non-discriminate. It doesn't care whether this is a
They
Republican-owned
don't.
building or a Democrat-owned building. It doesn't care,
No, they don't.
right? Well, that's just part of the gun culture in America. Because basically, what brought me to that is I saw some live streamer on YouTube yesterday, and they, inside their home, they had like fucking like 20 AK-47s and all these assault rifles, and I'm just
Wow.
mentioning to them, like, yeah, live streaming your collection, not locked in fire safes or anything. This is a burglar's wet dream. And the guy's all, like, oh, I'll just turn the burglar into Swiss cheese. And I'm like, you do realize there are intelligent criminals out there, right? They just fucking throw a Molotov and smoke you out. And then the guy's response was, "Well, I would just use a flamethrower and we'd all burn to death and I'd win."
Yes,
I'm like, "Are you serious? You die and nothing positive in your life, your family, or anything, no positive change at all, and somehow you win?"
yes.
I'm like, "That's not how martyrdom works, people." You fucking nihilist.
Yeah, yeah. They're the delusionists.
For reals, delusions, big time.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
delusion.
saying. Just American gun culture is fucking ape shit crazy.
Well, I understand that the fact you want to protect yourself against the parasite, but
Yeah, no, I understand where it comes from historically and everything, but it's like,
yeah.
and apparently the reason why flamethrowers are legal in America is because the NRA basically has been lobbying to keep them legal because no terrorist has used one yet.
And they got a control on the fuel.
Well, I'm just laughing. Okay, we're
Yeah.
gonna keep something legal because a tragedy hasn't happened yet. I'm
But
like,
it's always the same scenario, guy. Yeah, like they pay for both sides of the war, and who's gonna win? Not the people that use
yeah, I know what
the
you're talking about.
flamethrower.
Just about the fucking money flow too, and just how
Yes.
it's not even just about all. Sometimes it's
No.
not always about just hoarding onto the money. Sometimes it's about just making the money move.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what like grind my gear, because we the people, when we talk, and we always go in circle. We go in circle and we go nowhere, because they already know that. When I say how many face of a coin there is, how many you say of a coin?
Oh
How
yeah,
many how many side of a coin it is? Tell me.
yeah. There's two sides normally to a coin. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Well, there's three sides if you count the rim of
Y-
the coin.
Exactly.
Yeah, I always count the rim.
Eh, but some people, that most of people cannot see that.
No, I know what you're saying. Most people literally only see two sides of the coin. They don't. They're not
And
aware that it's a three-dimensional coin. This is not a
yes,
cartoon.
and you keep flipping, you keep flipping, you
Yes,
keep flipping. Ha 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 ha
right.
ha.
That's part
And
of seeing in those higher dimensions, and that we
yeah,
need to get our species to see that on the base level. Like we that needs to be the normal, not something we have to learn.
yes, yes,
For
yes,
reals, I feel
yeah,
you with that.
yes. Because when I grow, I watched many shows from the '60s, and they marked me, man, as a kid. Like, it's not like show now that it's all censored, but back then it was not censored. And
Yeah.
and when you're a kid, you're set on TV like, oh boy. That's
Oh,
what the
I sort of know what you
that's
mean
what
though
the
in
adult
regard
do.
to
Yeah.
the sincerity of older television shows. They were
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot more
yeah.
sincere. That's the
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Like
Way.
MASH, I fucking fell in love
Yeah.
with MASH. I've
Yeah.
rewatched that like 3 times so far,
That's
and
pretty
I'm
good,
like,
huh?
yeah, MASH is an
Yeah.
incredible show. I love that
Yeah.
it can get you thinking and crying and laughing and like often all in the matter of a few seconds,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know. And it's like that's incredible. Most shows, you know, oh somebody dies, but we're gonna make it really forced. We're gonna force the emotions onto the viewer, you know. And it's like no, you watch MASH and it's all organic, all natural. You know, if you're crying because of what you're watching, it's because of just who you are as a person. It's not because
Yeah.
they force this fucking emotion into you.
No, you attach, you see and you can feel and
Yeah,
like
well,
yeah.
I just love how they
Yeah.
actually talk about things. You know, like there's this perfect episode of it that I always remind myself of because it's
Okay.
the episode where
Okay.
there's the yeah
Yeah.
there's Hawkeye, but it's the episode where it's it's the episode where there's basically a Korean orphan, a little a Korean daughter, a Korean American. That's what it was. It was a Korean American orphan that was left at the MASH base by you know the mother, and they were trying
Yep.
to figure out you know how to get it back to America because it had an American father, and basically they went around to the Korean consulate and the American consulate, and every single one of the countries were like, well, that's a mixed race baby. That's not our responsibility. That's on the other country's responsibility. You know, Korea's was like that's the American GI got that woman pregnant. It's America has to deal with the problem. And then the army was like, you know what? It was a Korean woman that got pregnant. That's Korea's problem. So freaking, they
Yeah.
literally had to end up working with the priests, you know, at the MASH unit, and the priests
Yeah.
had to get the baby to that fucking like Catholic fucking sanctuary where the baby would be raised for its entire life, cloistered under lock and key, just living a nun's life for the rest of its life because
I think I
it just
remember that one.
yeah, and it's like
Yeah.
that's such a fucking real relevant issue. Like that still literally happens to this day,
Yeah,
and
yeah, for
nobody
sure.
talks about it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
You
it
know?
happened a lot in Africa and in India, like all the monk people,
Well, it's like
it's
stateless
same thing.
citizens.
Yeah,
You know what a stateless citizen is, right?
status citizen. Well,
Yeah, a
but it's
stateless
all depend.
citizen.
Yeah, yeah, because but if the kid is born in that country, he came from that country, like
Yeah,
right?
yeah. No, a lot of countries have the birthright citizenship, but you know, that's where
Yes.
like America, for instance, you know, Trump was talking about getting rid of the birthright citizenship. Okay, well, if you do
Okay.
that, all Americans born in America are stateless citizens and you can deport them anywhere you want. Any
Yeah.
country can come over here and kidnap us and do whatever the fuck they want because we're not American citizens anymore. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like the craziest fucking thing in the world.
Yeah. 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 And that's what they want to do.
Yeah, that's what Trump wants to fucking do. He wants to get rid of birthright citizenship, and it's like you do realize that means if you have a kid that we can deport the president's kid.
No, 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 no. Do you know the real implication?
What?
Do you see it?
What's the real implication?
You have no idea. Yeah, I'm
I,
gonna give you a clue.
okay,
Santo Bonacci.
okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
What did Santo Bonacci did at the court?
I wasn't familiar with him being in some courtroom.
Okay, okay, I'm gonna tell you the story then. Okay, Santo Bonacci went at the court to abolish his birth certificate
Oh,
status.
huh?
Do you know what it mean? It mean that the Rome do not
Oh, I know who you're
own
talking
you
about with that.
anymore.
Yeah, yeah, how the Rome
It
owns us all.
yeah, the ownership of
Yeah, yeah,
the Vatican
yep,
over you. That's mean if that get revoked, America is free from the Vatican.
yep.
But just America. The rest of the world could get free of the church chain. Is that because like the other day I asked the question about the ring and do test and I want to know why, man. What experiment they did on the people? Because the when America start the revolution did the fall of the old empire happened at the same time, and the American took over the world, man, after that.
Hmm.
And like all the flying balloon, they all went down. The German tried to bring that back again, but they went with better tech. Because all the flying saucer, they got that from 250 years ago, man.
Huh.
They just didn't know how to use it. Now they know.
Huh. Did you hear about how they found those massive columns underneath the pyramids?
Yeah, I heard about that.
That's some
Yeah,
crazy stuff, man.
yeah. It could be something, or it could just be uh,
Oh,
like
I'm 100% convinced it's something big
yeah.
because because when they showed those pillars underneath the pillars that go down really deep, the pillars go into like a cement fucking square, giant like square foundation, and I'm like, holy shit, this is literally modern engineering methods. Like this is what they do with bridges that they build going overseas. They have those
Yes.
giant columns going down with the giant fucking square foundation, concrete foundation that keeps the whole fucking bridge from sinking into the fucking ocean and shit. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
if you think about it, the pyramids are so fucking heavy that they probably would have sunken through that fucking sand and shit,
Oh yeah.
especially over 2,000, 3,000 years or whatever. So it makes physical sense for it to have something like that keeps it up, but it also is one of those things where, according to science or archaeology, they say that we didn't have that technology or understanding back in the day. But obviously, we must have because this is there and the pyramids haven't sunk. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because some of the mountain are not mountain; they're building
yeah.
or something else.
No, I saw a really interesting video on that recently because they're also talking about how that they think that the time periods of the pyramids are entirely wrong. That they
Mm-hmm.
must have been even older because like 1,000 years before they said that they were built, there was water everywhere around
Yeah.
there. And they were saying that there was a fuck ton of trees because of all the water. And they were
Yeah.
saying that that method of rolling heavy stones on a whole bunch of logs, that they would
Mm-hmm.
have required millions and millions and millions and millions of trees to have been able to move all of that stone to be able to create the pyramids. And that and when they say that the pyramids started,
Yeah.
they literally weren't enough trees to be able to do that.
But anyway, you know how plumbing work? Like
What works?
plumbing.
Oh, plumbing. Yeah, what
Yeah,
about plumbing?
like water pressure and those things. But trees suck up water from earth, right?
Yep.
So when you cut it, it pours water. So
Yeah, it
uh,
depends on the tree, the type of plant, Some
yep.
hold on to the water in their cells really good, and you're not going to be able to so much as slurp any of that water out. But some, leak fucking water out of the cells the second you cut them, and you can, keep yourself starving of thirst from those kinds of plants.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna go put a site of somebody. The guy is called Paul Cook. Is I think he's Irish. I'm not too sure. He's from uh, Britain, and he's talk about like all the old world and how the old world could have been,
Yeah.
and he's go to Malta, in uh, Malta is in Greece. Well,
Mm,
south of Greece, north of North Africa.
those greasy tomatoes.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Wait a minute. What's this subscription? No.
Fucking the names of some countries. That's like if you have tomatoes coming out of Turkey, you got Turkish tomatoes, you got Turkey tomatoes. Fucking names of countries.
Yeah. But anyway, what I wanted to say about that, because the old world, they say that people, because I would love to have been like giant or like Titan here on Earth.
Mhm.
Sometimes it seems plausible, but sometimes I don't know.
That's where I'm glad that I've gotten the perspective I've gotten nowadays, because I say I'm a historical relativist, but not in the way that everybody else uses that term. No, the way I mean it is, I mean it that, if God really does exist, then who's to say that he isn't fucking with us? The archaeology, that there could have been a giant flood, and we're not going to be able to have evidence of the water because he could have changed the way the rocks eroded from the water, or he could have changed the way where the water went, or just
Ah,
that we didn't live in these time periods, so we can't
yeah,
objectively 100% say one
no,
thing happened or not.
but there's good people. They know what they're talking about now, and
Yeah,
they,
well, it's also just that too, though, because I swear it's part of this like collective memory and like this, hive mind kind of thing. Because it's like you literally even looking back into, before World War II, like you look at like World War I, for instance, like you can't find any people that are alive nowadays that were from World War I. You can't get any more information out of it, really. You can't like you just don't know 100% of what happened there, versus World War II, where you could actually talk to some of these veterans, and get a better understanding, a better picture, things that weren't written on the historical books, the poetry of the fucking brutality, not just the literal fucking these many people died, you know?
yeah,
That's what I'm saying. It's like when you lose that human element altogether, then all of a sudden we don't like remember shit right. It's like our fucking memory just goes to fucking hell.
yeah. Time pass. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
part of the mandala effect, I think, because it's like I've seen that even happen with like I think there was like a blizzard in like Chicago in
Okay.
like the 1970s or something, and there's a whole bunch of people online, everybody online, and even the fucking historical fucking web pages on this shit, they all list different things. Half the
Oh
people are
yeah,
like, "Oh yeah, it happened in 69, not 70." Other people are
yeah,
like, "Yeah, it
yeah.
happened in 70," and it's like literally every single thing you get on the historical
But
record is
I'm
back and
sure.
forth.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I'm sure you yourself can be a good example for that. Like if something happened in your neighborhood, and a couple of days later, you see it on the news, and you say, "Hey, I was there. I know that and that happened, but and this did not happen," and the story get distorted, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but honestly, I'm sort of getting the exact opposite with that,
Okay.
where I'm finding myself where, oh, I just moved in some place, and oh, I found out that a few years ago, this place, right around this place, or in this place or whatever, there it was on national news, and apparently, I never got that news article until 3 years later when I'm already here.
Yes.
It's like I'm ahead of the algorithm. All of a sudden, the algorithm's chasing after me. Instead of me chasing after the algorithm's chasing me.
Yeah, or you could just be in advance to it. Maybe you research the thing and then it pop up there after you already research it, and it's just
Yeah, I don't even
a
know
coincidence.
entirely. It's just a weird fucking thing.
Yeah, it could be just coincidence.
Well, I don't really believe in coincidence, but I do
Oh,
believe in that. I
they're not.
believe that some
Yeah,
of things that we're gonna think are coincidence, or that we're gonna view them
yeah.
as coincidence because they're just so much harder to comprehend.
No, no. Life is super simple and boring. There's nothing. So, your mind. There's no mandala. It's all upside up.
That's
I
where we live. That's where we live different realities a little bit, though, bro. Because I live a complex
Yeah.
world.
Oh,
My brain is
I'm sure you
complex, so
believe
my
that.
world is complex.
Yes, I'm sure you believe that, but me, I don't see it.
Yeah,
I think it's all a big, like a big show,
a big
and
show.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's a big show, and they're trying to get attention with creating a new flavor.
See, I'm really Gnostic when it comes to a lot of things, just the way I navigate things, you know?
Yep.
Like, for instance, I've taken a mushroom trip, and I once took a mushroom trip and I went in the shower, and it was the wildest thing because freaking all of a sudden I was transported into this translucent room, and I was looking around to the side, and there were all these other translucent rooms, and basically I was in like a testing room for some like higher dimensional being, you know, and
Okay.
every single one of us was failing the test. And it was
What?
just funny because I went in there and I'm like, all right, I'll probably fail, but maybe I won't fail. I could probably beat this, but either way, I'm not going to stress out or freak out. And of course, I lost. I failed the test pretty much instantly. And then, you know, I was like, okay, this is wild, man. We're all being like tested. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't know if it's God or aliens or if God is an alien, but somebody's is both testing us and fucking around with us. They're doing
Mm,
both.
yeah. I don't know if you ever saw that. You watch Star Trek?
Yeah, I've watched Star Trek.
Yeah, in one episode of with Janeway, Star Trek Voyager,
Uh-huh.
uh, there's a race of alien. They're invisible to human, but
Okay.
they do experiment on every living person on Starship Voyager. And then the captain, she's getting headache all the time, and she don't know why. But on the other dimension, they putting needle in her head.
Jeez, I'll have to find that one again. I've watched all of Voyager in the past, but I don't remember it for shit because
Okay.
I swear to God, Voyager is the Star Trek I hate the most, besides the modern versions. I'm
You know
like,
what?
Voyager drives me fucking insane.
Yeah,
Janeway
yeah,
is such a hypocrite. She's
yeah,
she's
yeah,
always saying one thing and then fucking shitting on somebody for doing the exact same thing as she does. And just like the ethics on it. Like,
yeah,
there, do you
yeah.
remember that episode Tuvox?
Yeah. What about it,
The,
baby?
where they had like Neelix or like and like or like they had
Is
two
what?
like you know what I'm
What?
talking about, where they
Yeah.
merged the two characters into one person. And
Okay.
literally the fucking end of it, you know, the person's like crying, screaming to the whole fucking starship, you know, this isn't right, I deserve to live, you know, this isn't right. And Janeway's forcing them to be separated. And my first thought is, okay, this is a fucking Star Trek in transporters. You can fucking bring them back. You can use their
Yeah.
image, put them back into separate persons, and keep Tuvok alive all at the same time. You don't have to fucking kill him.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I think I
They,
remember
they
it,
have
but
the pattern buffers. You
and
know, they
they
already have the two. They already have both the characters' patterns
yes,
in the thing. You know,
yeah,
they can
they beam
just
everybody in one body,
yeah. It's like
and that
you
was
don't have to fucking
Tuvok.
kill the accident. Keep the accident alive, and then you have an even more interesting addition to the show
Hmm.
and more interesting crewmates. It was like this is shitty writing and it's unethical, and I hate it. It like that one episode pretty much ruined the entire show for me.
Yeah, but they had more Borg and stuff.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
my favorite was Deep Space Nine. That's my
yeah,
favorite.
yeah, yeah. That was good too. That was good
Deep
too.
Space Nine is hands down my favorite because that one, it's like they talk about religion and shit and spirituality and
Yeah,
like it's just like so much deeper, you know? Like they don't force it into you or shove it into you, but at the same time it's sort of, you know, like quiet and toned down, but still full of all that political intrigue and all this complexity. I love Deep Space Nine.
yeah. No, it's good too. Yeah, yeah. With that little greedy guy.
Yeah, it's funny. I grew up with Next Generation. And I was really
Oh.
nostalgic for that until I watched Deep Space Nine, and now Deep Space Nine, I'm like, that is my Star Trek. Yeah, like the nostalgia doesn't hold a candle up to the fucking torch of fucking Deep Space Nine.
No, it's good. No, they had good show.
Oh yeah.
Good show.
Did you ever
But
see Battlestar Galactica?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a long time ago. I don't remember it much.
Did you? Are you talking about the
Babylon
original though,
5,
or the new one?
the old one.
Ah, yeah. The old one's way different. It's good, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
definitely like
It's
100%
dark.
different.
It's dark. Yeah.
No, the old one's not that dark. The
Yeah,
old
but
one's
I mean,
actually
like
really.
the spaceship lah,
Oh, you
inside.
mean the actual lighting?
Yeah, the lighting. Yes, yes.
Yeah, no, the lighting is definitely dark. Yeah,
Yes,
you
yeah.
could tell it's like they really. Yeah, I know what you mean. They should have fucking done some more lighting in that show. I'm like, just because you're in outer space in a starship doesn't mean you have fucking like candle lights.
Yes.
I swear to God, they lit that show with candle lights,
And there's a spaceship, huh?
right?
Yeah, boy.
No, the first Battlestar Galactica was really wild. Like I remember how
What?
they eventually get
Science?
to Earth, and then all the kids are like super fucking strong and can like jump up like 100 feet.
Hmm?
You remember that?
No, I
That was
don't
weird.
remember. But it's the one with the Science, right? Like they're robot or something?
Oh, they're in both of them. They're in the new one and the old one.
Okay.
They just sort of take different roles. In the original one, it's like the human beings and the Cylons sort of eventually,
Silent.
treat it
Yeah.
out diplomatically, like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, let's figure this out. But in the new one, the Cylons pretty much wipe out the entire human species, and it's way darker. But the new one's freaking good too. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's actually really good. It's trippy because it has some stuff themes of like eternal reoccurrence. What has happened always has happened. Themes like that, and it's
Yep.
trippy.
There was one show. You remember the guy that played RoboCop?
Yeah.
The first one.
Uh huh.
He made a series. Was something 5. It was not Babylon 5. It was something else.
Yeah,
5.
man.
Space 5 or it was pretty good, but they did only one season.
Huh.
They went. They something happened, and they went to space. The astronaut, and they went to space, and they encountered a spaceship, and
All
they
right.
went.
You
They
you
went
want
inside.
to? Yeah, finish. You go. Sorry.
No, it's okay. They just went inside. But I don't remember. It's the guy that made RoboCop, the
Yeah.
actor.
I don't remember his name either. I can't place it for the life of me.
Mm, I just see his face. No.
My brain is always like Van Damme, but I know it
Oh
wasn't
no,
Van
no, man,
Damme.
no, no, no. When I
No,
think about
Van
Van
Damme was
Damme,
in
it's martial
Time
art.
Cop, not
Yeah,
RoboCop.
yeah, Time Cop.
Yep.
Yeah. You
Like,
never
so
been?
you saw Time Cop?
Yeah.
I actually had a really interesting story about that because I had a dream about Time Cop just a few months ago, and I haven't seen the movie in probably like 20 years.
Okay. Now you just
So
watch it
no, I
again?
haven't watched it lately. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. I
Okay.
literally haven't watched it in like over 20 years, and I had a dream about it like a few months ago.
Oh, I watched Looper a couple weeks
Ooh,
ago.
Looper looks good. I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it was
Looper's
just really
good.
wild because basically, you remember that track that they go on Time Cop with the blood stain on the wall?
I don't remember, and I gotta watch it again.
Ah, yeah, no, there's like this little like bobsled like track, like this little, it looks like a little like a roller
Okay.
coaster type thing, and it goes
Yeah, yeah,
super
yeah.
fast, and he has to get to a certain speed. It's sort of like the same rules as Back to the Future.
Huh.
He has to get to a certain speed to get to go through time, and if he doesn't reach that speed, he's gonna hit the wall and be a blood
So they use a
splatter.
bobsled?
Yeah, that's where the blood splatter was there. He was going like, "What's that stain there?" And he was like, "Oh, that was the previous test pilot." You know. But no, I had a dream about that exact little trek, that little thing that goes straight into the wall, because I dreamt that I was on that going straight for the wall, and it was really fucking wild because I woke up and all my muscles were tense as shit, and I realized that I was literally doing G-force training when I was asleep. I was literally tightening all the muscles in my arms and legs so I can pool the blood into my torso so that G forces wouldn't, suck all the blood out of my brain and make me
Yeah,
pass out.
pass
I'm
out. Yes.
like, I'm just cracking up. I'm like, I've never been in the military. I've never done that training, but apparently I was doing G-force training in my sleep the other night.
Yeah, it could be your other person in the other dimension, because when you sleep, you're awake into the other in Wonderland, right?
Right?
That's where it happened.
I just thought it was funny though because it's just well, it makes some level of logical sense. You are in this fucking machine strapped going straight into this wall like fucking 300 miles an hour. You're bound to feel some level of G-force on you.
Mm, yes,
Yeah, wild stuff.
but all your other you is living right now in the multiverse.
What was that?
All the other you are living at this moment in the other universe.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like they're like whatever you're doing right now. Maybe you
Oh no, I've seen the multiverse. I know
yeah
that there are infinite me's.
yeah.
No,
Maybe
seriously, you smoke some Salvia divinorum and you'll see the multiverse in a heartbeat.
maybe in another dimension. I'm a Jamaican and I'm talking to you from Jamaica.
Yeah.
We don't know.
No, that's what's the funniest
Yeah.
thing about that is that you go to another dimension and Jamaica is America. You're like, I'm
Do-
in the exact same spot, but I'm in a completely different country, but I'm in the same country. Whoa, this is trippy.
yeah. Oh, that's Wonderland.
I love Wonderland. I love Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland is such a fun little fucking like folk tale type thing.
Yeah. But it's a good description.
Yeah.
It's a good description, and every witches tell the story of Wonderland.
Hmm.
It's their realm. It's all psychology anyway.
Yeah.
We know that now. But
Man, that was just giving me a flashback to the Big Bang Theory.
Big
Fucking,
Bang.
you ever
Yeah.
seen that show?
Yeah. The
Yeah,
TV
I
show. Yeah.
remember this scene. I think it was one of the first times Sheldon ends up drinking some booze, and he goes on some rant about that this is like we've crossed the multi-dimensional plane, and we're before the
Yeah.
Red Queen, and we're dying of thirst, and she offers us a cracker for our thirst.
Yeah. He take his pants off in
Oh
front
yeah,
of
that one too.
everybody.
That one was yeah.
Yeah.
If we could inhabit the four-dimensional planes, we could simply rotate our pantses through our bodies,
Yeah.
and we'd never have to take them off.
Yep.
That shit's funny.
Yeah. It's a good show.
Oh yeah.
It's a good show.
I feel like it does postmodernism good. Like it shows the modern world and how like fucking crazy we modern humans are, like how we socialize and shit. Like everything's just so fucking weird and crazy.
Oh yeah.
The thing that does that does grind my gears a little bit though is that
Yep.
the show often tries to be like fucking all modern and meta, and it did not age well. Like there's an episode where they have Elon Musk guest star on it, and I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
god, can't this is the one
Mm.
time I actually do want you to sort of like self-censor your shit. I want to watch that episode and just skip past the scene of Elon Musk entirely.
It's
I don't
fine.
need you ruining my show, Elon.
He's just part of the ritual. He's just a number.
Now it weirds me
Or
out how every fucking show is doing reboots, but not just doing reboots, but making it all meta. It drives me
Mhm.
fucking insane. Like King of the Hill just rebooted itself, they got a new season. And like the first fucking 5 minutes, it's like, okay, we get that you're making fun of right wingers, but you actually are a right winger on this show. So it makes it sound like you're making fun of leftists. And I don't like this. This just doesn't vibe with me. It's not funny. It's annoying. And ugh.
Mm.
They're doing that with everything. Like
Same.
that's what they ever
Yes.
since like they did that big time with South Park. It's like the second COVID hit, they made those COVID specials, trying to be all
Yes.
meta and
Yep.
self-referential and stuff. And
Yeah.
again, I was like, this just doesn't work, man. Like you're this is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
Even they start a new season of South Park. Yeah.
oh, I think I'm really curious on the new South Park episodes where they're attacking Trump and ICE and
Mm-hmm.
shit because I'm freaking I have no clue on how I'm gonna respond to that because freaking I swear to God South Park has become so bad faith the past few years. Like ever since COVID, it's like the creators themselves are just fucking being assholes for the sake of being assholes. Like I remember they did this fucking like 20th South Park 20th anniversary like concert special,
Yep.
and I watched that like concert special, and it was so funny because I'm watching it and I'm like, oh my god, Trey and Matt Parker are fucking, they're trolling the entire audience.
Yeah.
Like there's thousands of people in this audience, and I can tell by their facial expressions and stuff that they are actively trolling the audience, and they think that they're so smart and cool because they're making fun of their own fan base, and nobody is smart enough to be aware of it that that's happening. But it was like, dude, like that's childish. Are you really playing ego games with yourself? Like seriously, like you're gonna start attacking your fan base now because it makes you feel better. Like that's just stupid,
Mm, yeah.
right?
I'm not into it. I'm not even thinking about it. That's just fucking. Me, I will tell you, I say fuck everything, man. Just do you. It's always like,
I'm the same
oh,
way with that though. Like I grew up an existentialist philosopher, so I love being people being authentic to themselves. Even if
yeah,
you're an asshole, at least be an authentic asshole. That way
yeah,
I
yeah,
know to
yeah.
stay away from you.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
no, hypocriticalness is my number one pet peeve in life. I've
Yeah,
discovered that, since I've gotten healthy, that my number one pet peeve in life, isn't bad people or evil or any of that. It's just people being hypocrites. I hate
but sometimes,
hypocrites.
sometimes people are not hypocrite. They just stubborn.
Yeah, that's
They
true
just
too, though.
talk, and they cannot go take another step on the stair. They have to stay there because the other step is too big, man.
Well, this is where
Like,
we need
come
to.
on.
This is where we need to advance our language too, because a hypocrite. People
Yeah,
don't understand that there is such a thing as a good faith hypocrite. A
yeah,
good
oh
faith
yeah,
hypocrite is somebody that tells you they're a hypocrite. That, oh yeah, I have this bias against this show. I don't like it. Guess what? You're a hypocrite, but you're an
yeah.
honest hypocrite. Is that really a hypocrite anymore? I don't know. It's like they need to get better at language.
That's why people are scared to die with AI now. They think AI is going to get rid of all the stupid people, and that will be a good riddance. That's my thought.
Hmm.
We
Huh.
we
I
need to evolve. Come on, man. We're all children, and we
right.
need to
Oh,
grow up.
100%.
We need to
Right.
fucking grow up. Like,
For
come on.
reals. Our species needs to grow the fuck up.
Yeah,
For
grow the
reals.
fuck up, man.
For reals.
If you take example of Spock and all the Vulcan,
Yep.
like they still have emotion,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but but they grow up as a civilization. They're not restraining their base feeling. Like the ego is gone for them. For the
Yep.
Vulcan, is gone. Like they evolve. Like they ascend or something. Like, but they move on. They grow up. That's what all this is all about. and
Hmm.
and people are scared. They don't want to grow up because they're happy in their little lives. And me, I'm sick of that lies. So if AI gonna start to do the cleaning, let's do a good cleaning of planet Earth, man. People are fucking retard. They
I
need to grow up.
I'm just glad that I side on the side of things where I think that if AI is going to do something like that, I think it's going to do it through pedagogy and education, not through violence and killing.
And you know that AI do nothing, eh? We program it to do our bidding. It's a
That's the
tool.
problem with the AI. That's my number one issue with AI
Uh,
is just the fact that we're still involved with it.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm like, it may not be 100% sentient yet, but at
Yeah.
this point, it is the microbes that start to evolve into something sentient. And maybe we shouldn't be fucking around with the microbes. That's how COVID happened.
No, no, no. We need to fuck around with everything. Because if you can imagine it, you can make it happen.
Well, here's a good. I know where you're coming from with that, and I do agree that we should utilize that power if we can, and if we could do it responsibly. But that's the whole thing is the responsibility factor. Like what they say about
What?
terraforming Mars. You know what they say that we have to do to terraform Mars. They
Well,
they
there's many projects, but tell me
well
one.
the number one thing that they're always talking about with terraforming Mars is that, well, we just need to start an oil industry on Mars, because if we start an oil industry on Mars, we can create
create green
the
gas.
greenhouse gases and warm up the planets.
Yep.
But and I get the logic of where they're coming from, but this is where I'm coming from. I'm coming from, okay, so to start life on a new planet, we have to do the same process we did destroyed life on this planet. Maybe that's the universe saying we shouldn't do this quite yet.
Well, or we can just take a big rock in space that is made of ice and slam it at Mars. And all the water is going to melt on it. It's going to create fire. Maybe if we slam it hard enough, it's going to crack Mars to create like a tectonic plate.
Yeah.
But right now, it's not spinning fast enough. So maybe
Mars isn't?
Yeah.
Ah.
It's not spinning fast enough. It need like Phobos and.
That's really interesting. I had never heard of that one.
Anyway, if
see, that one I have less issues with. I'm like that one. It's like, yeah, it's either going to work or we're going to destroy Mars, and we're going to be like, all right, we fucked up. Well, there's nothing we can do now.
No, but if we hit it correctly, we can make speed up the speed of it.
Yeah. No, I just come from the whole perspective of the irony that, maybe you shouldn't terraform Mars by starting up an oil industry,
Nah.
Because I get like spiritual when it comes to that kind of thing. I'm like, okay, oil is nothing but dead dinosaurs, and what happens to us when we die? We turn into natural gas or something, like maybe we should be a little bit more aware of the spiritual elements of these things.
Yeah, you really fuck, I'm outside smoking a cigarette right now, but there's a show, it's made by French people, okay, but I think there's an English version or subtitle. Anyway, it's about blue. It's Blue Beam, and it's fucking genius the way they make the cartoon. It's because like it's a kid playing with the universe, and he create our solar system by creating the moon and all that shit, and we're born from that. But anyway, just see it that way. Like me, that's how I see it. It's like if I'm small like an ant, but we can be big as like Galactus, and take like a rock and throw it at Mars, man, like a baseball. And it's magic. It's like taking water and dirt, molding each other, but as a galactic scale. It's the same
cosmic alchemy.
Yeah, it's the same shit as doing it in your kitchen or to do it in space. It's the same shit. People are scared. They don't know how to. They think it's gonna break everything. You cannot break the sun, man. Like even if you throw all the bomb you want, you're not gonna bomb the sun, man. Like we're tiny.
Yeah, no. The only way we could destroy the sun is through an antimatter weapon. We'd have to start we'd have to make an antimatter weapon to destroy the sun. That's the only way we could do that.
No, but just
and we'd probably destroy ourselves just from going bankrupt from making the weapon.
Oh yeah. Money. We have to get rid of.
Oh no, antimatter is the most expensive thing in the fucking world. Like like a gram of antimatter. I think it's like the GDP of a small country. It's like seriously, that's what I'm saying. If you had to actually make a bomb out of antimatter, you would need grams upon grams of this shit, and it would be expensive in a quickness.
Oh yeah, but I don't think they want to make a bomb with it. It's more make a reactor.
I don't know if the extremist alphalists get their way, they might try to do some crazy shit like that. Not that they'd ever make even the headways that ISIS could, because they're dealing with fucking absurd hypotheticals versus ISIS and shit. Where they're dealing with absurd hypotheticals too, but it's a little bit more grounded. The religion has a little bit more history to our species than the science. The science is a little new compared to the religion.
Yeah. I don't even know what they can do with antimatter right now.
Yeah, I have no clue really what they could do with the antimatter either. I think what we use it for is just small scale testing and like particle accelerators and stuff. you
Yeah.
know. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's where it's all fucking crazy, man.
It is.
That's where when you get into ecology and the public health and everything, it's like everything becomes this enormous philosophical thing. Like, do we let people do chemistry with these two chemicals even though it gets into the public water, but or is it fine because it's in a low enough concentration, or that we're able to filter it, or this or that? It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's where I'm always laughing at that kind of thing too, because I'm like, I know the environmental regulations aren't nearly as much as people think there are, because it's like, I guarantee you there's people dumping heavy water into our fucking public water supply and shit,
Oh
It's
oh
like,
yeah.
oh yeah, nobody's testing to see if it has any extra hydrogen ions or electrons or whatever the fuck they has.
But they
So,
but on one end, some people would want to get rid of their thing, and on the other end, they're doing experiment on us because it's the era of experimentation.
for reals.
Yeah, they
No, I
experiment.
know exactly what you're saying. And the
Yeah,
MK Ultras and all
yep,
there's so many of those.
yep.
They're still going on, and people have no fucking clue how many of there are and how many are
Oh
still
no,
going
because
on.
it started in 71, and me, I'm born in the 70s, and
Yep.
my generation is fucking screwed up because of all the experiment they did.
Oh no, that's sort of like I live in Nevada and we have some of the highest cancer rates in the country. And why?
Uh,
Probably because they fucking dropped like 1,000 nuclear bombs over in our state for fucking years on end. And that radiation is in all of our bodies now, and it causes people in Nevada to have a higher risk of cancer.
yeah, this
Plus the
that.
fact that a lot of Nevada is higher elevation, so we get more sunlight and higher UV concentration. So you get the high background radiation and the high UV radiation, and it's like no wonder everyone here gets skin cancer and shit.
But if you go in space and you bring seed in space and you brought it back and you grow them down there, they mutate,
Yep.
and it's the same thing with babies. There's some science made on that all the people with six or seven finger on one hand, but they're genetically modified, like from their surrounding, and it's directly directed from the sun radiation.
I'm still upset with God for not for that one. I was born with
What?
an extra thumb, but
Yeah.
it wasn't functional, so they cut it off.
Oh, they cut it
And I'm
off,
like,
huh?
yeah, and I'm like, that fucking irritates me. Why the
Mm,
hell couldn't I have had a muscle and bone attached to that
yeah.
thing? I would have
Hmm.
loved to have an extra finger.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm always bitching about not having an extra arm. One extra digit might be a little
Mm-hmm.
handy.
Yeah, we all only see those guys like freaks at the circus and stuff, but they're there on planet Earth right now.
Yep.
There's so many people that get deformation, and like they don't talk about it much, but
It just reminds me of South Park. You ever watch South Park?
oh yeah,
Y-
I watch
y-
them all.
Oh yeah, you remember that episode with the Earth, planet Earth is a a television show for aliens.
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
Yeah, they're all explaining,
I think
like, you
so.
really think all different races come from the same planet? Like, no, and it's not even just humans; it's animals too. You really think giraffes are a native thing on this planet? No, there's an entire planet of giraffes. There's an entire
Yeah.
planet of birds. That shit was
Yes.
so funny.
Hmm. Yeah, it could have been, but we
No, you
all
know what I want to fucking do
what
with South Park? What
what?
I want to do is I want to get one of those portable projectors, and I want to make this a thing. I want everybody to start doing this. I want us to all get portable projectors, our fucking DVDs of South Park, and go over to our local Scientology building and project the Scientology episode of South Park on their
Oh,
building with captions on.
yes.
It's like I have no audio. I'm not pissing everybody off with a noise nuisance. I'm not shining at anybody's face. I'm not doing graffiti. I'm doing something completely legal, but oh my God, could you imagine how much that would piss them off? Like they would probably, I don't think it would just piss them off. I think they would get so mad that they wouldn't be able to function anymore because
Yeah.
yeah, because I mean, they fucking tried to sue South Park when they made that episode. Like they fucking they actually like went and doxed Trey and Matt Parker, I think, even and stuff. You know, like they were like went fucking extremist level when South Park made that episode. So could
Yep.
you imagine if all these fucking people
Uh,
went out and put that themselves on the side of the buildings? It's like, holy shit, man. That's a way to get rid of Scientology. Just play the fucking South Park episode with captions on the side of their building. Everybody walking by will be reading it for a few minutes and go, "What the fuck? This what this building is?"
you're not gonna have to. It's gonna come in a slow and pleasant pace, and all will fade. All religion will fade. Wait,
Mm.
AI is gonna make them disappear, all of them, because, like I tell you, we have to grow up. Well, we have to grow up with our burden, and
I'd have
that's
to agree with you on that for the most part, and that's where I feel
yeah.
lucky and blessed because I feel ahead of the curve. Because me finding my trans-dualistic ontology, I I knew how to live that belief and how to practice that faith and all that stuff because that's what I arrived at, my conclusion in
Okay.
my life. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I couldn't find the word until I used AI, and AI
Okay.
explained, oh, this is what that belief is. And literally, I can't find anything about trans dualism pretty much anywhere online. It's just non existent. But it's been around forever. It's not something that I myself created, like it's no, it's something I found, some age
Yep.
old system that's been lost to us. And
Y- yeah.
I
That's
can
it.
see it too in the hive mind of us all. Even you earlier, when when you were talking about the legal system and stuff, and your experience with the foster care systems type stuff, and
Hmm.
the group homes or whatever, and how that the system itself is set up for this fucked up shit, where it's all about control and power and money, and it's
Yeah.
like
But
people
we
are
have to.
starting to wake
Yes.
up that we need an
Yes.
ethical system.
Yeah.
There is no justice system, there is only an injustice system, and we want actual justice in this for our people.
For everyone.
Yeah, exactly, that's what I'm saying.
That's mean only one thing.
Yeah.
Stop the lies.
Because here's a perfect example, and I was actually working with AI the
Yeah.
other day with this because like the Guantanamo Bay, they
Uh-huh.
label everybody as unlawful combatants, and that's how they're able to violate international laws. And
Okay.
apparently, they did that after World War II as well, and they just had a different terminology for it. They called it like unarmed occupying forces or something. It had a different terminology for it. But I'm going, so literally we've done the same fucking legal semantics bullshit and we've kept the cycle going.
Mm.
At this point, if there's a World War III, we'll just designate people enemies, and they'll just be in fucking dungeons for the rest of their lives just because somebody labeled them an enemy. Not even enemy combatant or enemy forces, just enemy. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to go, okay, how can we work to get ahead of this problem? And the AI was explaining, well, the trans dualism you're working on is part of the answer, is recognizing that, we shouldn't treat everybody in every case the same way. We should recognize the context, like did this Nazi, that killed these people, did he have a gun put to his head by another Nazi? If he did, maybe instead of, putting him to the death penalty, we, give him, 30 years in prison or something. Like they
Mm.
changed just enough little nuance and fine tuning to where, things will never be perfect, because that's just existence in life in general. But, we still need to work on our end of things to make our side of things better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just
For sure.
fascinating.
Yeah, for sure. That's fascinating. Everything should be fascinating. When it stops to be fascinating, then stop existing.
I'm with you with that one. My mantra ever since I found faith has been endless wonder.
Yeah.
And I love that mantra, endless wonder, because seriously, if you stop seeing the endless wonder, you're turning into a cynical adult, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, we all need to mature, but we also all need to stay children too. There is a certain divine thing that children have, and that is called that sense of wonder, that sense of
Yeah.
open-mindedness. That not going straight to negativity bias on everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Stay innocent, but with a way that you follow.
Yep. Yep.
Making coffee now.
Did you say you need coffee now?
Yeah, I'm making coffee now.
Ah,
Making coffee, putting the dishes away.
it decaf, or are you not that sensitive to caffeine?
Right now, I don't know. Our machine is broken, so no pause. So I'm drinking
Huh.
Colombian Nescafe Gold.
So you just
Like,
must not be
and
too sensitive to it,
to what?
to caffeine.
Oh no.
I'm super sensitive to
Caffeine or
caffeine.
tea, coffee, no problem.
I drink one cup of coffee and my heart will be racing. I will be feeling like I hate it.
What?
I'm super sensitive to caffeine. It's really weird because I'm not sensitive to nicotine, but I'm sensitive to caffeine.
Okay. Well, maybe yeah. You're
It's
sensitive.
just funny because I literally use nicotine as my caffeine.
Okay.
Although it's also not
And it
that
worked.
funny. It's just a funny thing in America because in Sweden, everyone does that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, everybody in Sweden uses nicotine. It's crazy. It's awesome though. Yeah, no, because basically Swedish snus comes from Sweden, and Swedish snus is pasteurized tobacco in a pouch that you put under your lip, and
Okay. Yeah.
it's the best. It's the healthiest form of tobacco because it's the lowest in
Really.
TNSAs, and it's really wild because it's actually treated by law as a food product over in Sweden. And because it's treated as a food product, they hold it to higher standards than the tobacco over here in the U.S. It's like actually good stuff. But that Swedish snus is made a culture where everybody there uses Swedish snus, and now that the nicotine pouches are out, even more people are using nicotine pouches. So pretty much everybody across the board though in Sweden, they wake up and they either put a nicotine pouch in or a Swedish
Okay.
snus, and
Oh,
everybody there uses nicotine and nobody smokes cigarettes. It's
well,
crazy.
it warms your body and get
Yeah.
cold. So yeah,
It definitely, yeah, it can get your blood moving, and
yeah,
that
yeah,
helps you warm your body up for sure.
yeah.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
So
I always
yeah.
find it interesting though because
Okay.
have you ever smoked hookah?
Hookah.
Yeah, tobacco out of hookah.
I don't know.
You
Maybe.
don't know? I'm guessing no then.
I don't know.
Anyway, no, it's just sort of wild because they have these hookahs, where you smoke tobacco out of them, and
Okay.
the tobacco they use is called shisha, and it's basically tobacco that they soak in all these flavorings and syrups and stuff.
Oh, you chew it?
No, you don't chew it. You
No.
put no the hookah. It basically it's like a vaporizer almost
Oh,
because
okay.
the hookah is basically you load the bowl up with this sloppy wet flavorful tobacco that smells like fucking Skittles. Stuff is
Okay.
fucking bomb, and
Right.
but you put it in the little bowl and then you cover the bowl with tin foil and then you put a little one of those glowing embers, like a charcoal
Yeah.
ember on top of it,
Yes.
and
Yes.
that heats it up enough to where it like burns it and sort of vaporizes it, sort of in between burning and vaping.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
the stuff is oh my god, it's the most enjoyable way to enjoy tobacco,
It's
but
like
it
a
is
smoke
also the
bath.
worst way to enjoy it.
Like
I
a
like
smoke.
it drives me
Yeah.
nuts. I'm like, how can this stuff taste so good and be so
Mm.
enjoyable? I get a nice buzz off of smoking this, but it is so much worse for you than cigarettes. It's not even funny. Like people always bitch about cigarettes, but they have no clue how bad hookah is for you.
Okay. So
Yeah,
you
because
Like
Because basically
incense
the
or
hookah,
something?
you're smoking more tobacco over a longer period, but not only that,
Uh-huh.
apparently because it uses that coal actually ends up creating a shit ton of carbon monoxide.
Hmm.
So like
Yeah.
you're like literally breathing in poison gas when you're using this shit. But it is like so flavorful and enjoyable, it drives me nuts. And they've made some like fake versions of shisha where like they have all the flavorings and it's like stones or something. So
Okay.
like you can get all the enjoyable factor, but none of the harm. But those things just suck. None of them
Well, yeah,
work.
without the arm, yeah.
Yeah, none of them fucking work. I mean, really, you're expecting liquid to get soaked up
Oh,
into
fuck.
stones. I'm like, unless you're using
No.
some NASA grade fucking pebbles, you ain't. It's not soaking up much liquid.
Mm. No, it's a
Yeah,
bad idea.
I know. It's just one of those things where it drives me nuts looking back because it's like a nostalgic thing that I won't do in the future. I'm like, fuck, it's nostalgia, but it's nostalgia I can't access.
They
uh,
don't make it. They don't make it anymore.
No, they make it. It's just like I
Okay.
said. I don't. It's so fucking bad for you, and all the ones
Oh,
that
okay.
are good for you are just
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
I'm
it's too
literally
bad,
going
man.
like, at this point,
Yeah.
the only way I'll ever use it again is if I literally make my own version of it,
Okay.
which I could probably do that
Yeah, yeah. But
for reals.
for
But
me right now, it made me think like some kind of incense. Like you just like let it burn in your room and you smoke it like while it's like simming in the room kind of thing.
yeah, it really is sort of like that though, because yeah, it's not like you're not under a time constraint with hookah. Like it pretty much
Yeah.
burns for like an hour and a half.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
people will just take their fucking bloody time, either chiefing it 24/7 or waiting every 5 minutes before taking a puff or whatever.
Mm.
So it's actually really social. They have these hookah bars all
Where
around
that
my
came from?
city. What?
Where that came from?
Hookahs come from India.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's always funny
Yeah,
because you go into these
makes
tobacco
sense.
stores selling shisha,
Yep.
and there's always these Indians selling all
Yes,
of it, and
yes.
it's like, okay, I get that you're Indian in your convenience store or whatever, but it's really funny that you're selling an actual, historical cultural artifact.
Mm.
Like this is literally your culture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some places they put opium in like a metal container with chain, and they let it burn like incense thing in the temple.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
they all
Yeah.
get stoned in the temple, man. Fuck.
Opium is one of the only freaking opioid type things that I've ever wanted to try.
Mm,
I'm like, I'm never gonna do heroin, never gonna do fucking any of those opioid
yeah,
type things, but
yeah,
the actual opium itself, that old fucking smokable shit,
yeah,
yeah, that sounds like it could be some fun.
yeah, yeah. That one, yeah, I could try that, but
I think the problem with opium is that everybody that tries it nowadays takes it orally instead of smoking it, and they actually
uh,
end up overdosing because they take it orally.
yeah, no, yeah,
And it's like I think that the reason why they did that though too is because it's just part of the abstinence and the
okay,
the the war on drugs kind of thing.
yeah,
Well, if
yeah,
you're
yeah.
smoking this illegal drug, you're basically a crackhead. Versus
I know.
if you're doing it another way, it's basically more like you're doing coke. You're classy,
Mm. No,
and it's like
if I'd be doing it, I'd be doing like the old movie that with the East Empire Trade Company,
right.
and they show you like those
The
geisha.
opium pipes and the den
Yeah,
rooms,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. That's what
Eh,
I'm saying. I'm like,
That's
that sounds like fun,
yeah,
but we need a modern version of that. Because
yeah.
no, I actually discovered some shit about the opium dens that fucking like disturbed
Okay.
the fuck out of me.
What?
Apparently, people would fall asleep so hard from the
Mm-hmm.
opium that
Yeah.
they would develop pressure sores and they'd
Oh
fucking
yeah.
have like
Okay.
gangrene and shit.
No boy, huh?
I'm like, seriously, they couldn't have put some fucking cushions on the floor for these people to sit on?
Yeah,
Like they're
yeah,
laying on fucking hardwood and for fucking 2 days
yeah.
knocked out and developing pressure sores. I'm
It
like,
should be like a floor couch or like those big bean bag, like You sit a
Well, it's
big,
just funny
a
because
giant
it's
beanbag.
obviously a part of the culture, you know. The opium dens originated in Asia. In Asia, they really do sit on the floor and do things like
Yep,
that often. So they didn't
yep.
even think about furniture or any comfort things. And
But
it's like,
over time, like they open better one, and they don't want to kill all their clientele.
yeah.
And that's the whole thing from the cartel that I learned. Like you beat the merchant, but you don't kill him because
Mm.
if you kill him, then you're gonna lose the money.
Oh yeah. No, I know what you mean.
So,
They have the same fucking type of stories in the Bible, Don't
oh
fucking kill your
yes,
slave
yeah,
or else you're out of money.
yes, yes,
It's like, really? People are so dumb they have to be told not to kill their slaves or else you'll be losing your own money.
yeah. You're gonna lose everything. Hmm. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. It's always
no,
go
read
through
the
the
Bible has been a crack up for me. Like
the
one of the things that
foundation.
made me laugh my ass off is the health codes that all the modern people interpret as dietary laws. You can't eat pork, that kind of shit.
Oh,
Because
okay, yeah, yeah.
when you're really reading it and like getting into the culture and history, you realize because like literally one of the actual like food laws in the Bible is
Hmm.
basically don't eat rotting corpses. And it's like
Yeah,
and
or
and it's just funny as
filled
fuck.
animal.
It's just funny as fuck because
Yeah,
it's like, oh my god, it's not that people were stupid back in the day. It's just that things were fucking hell, Like
yeah,
you're starving to death, and the only food for 100 miles is a rotting
yeah,
carcass. You might fucking eat it.
yeah. And if they
But
didn't
at
cook
the
it
same
right,
time, it's such a funny thing reading these things
yeah.
because you know that the people that wrote this back in the day were privileged fucking Jewish priests that were eating like fucking kings,
Oh
and they
yeah,
were telling everybody else, don't eat corpses. We're not feeding you. Don't eat the corpses. And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, well, maybe feed them and they won't eat the corpses.
But there were too many people. They didn't have enough sheep, so and camel. That's what they had mostly: camel, sheep, maybe horses from the north.
I
Uh,
love your accent saying camel because it sounds like you're saying camo. Like there's a camouflaged camel.
oh yes, camel.
I want to see a camel.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, there's some group have more success than others, and yeah, they become jealous, so they want their neighbors stuff.
And I just wish more people loved language like I do. It's like so
Hmm.
many people it's like the language barriers work on two ends. And
Oh
so many
yes,
people, it's like maybe people will be less insecure about their language barriers if you're not such judgmental dicks about it.
yep, yep.
And that's where it's like I take the humor in language. It's like it's fun. Language is an evolving, living thing, so it's a fun thing.
Hmm. Is it not with Babel they got the thing that translate now?
What about Babel?
They translate other language into your language.
Well, Babel, the story of Babel was about, a
Oh no,
giant.
not that. No, 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 no. The app, like
Oh, the app. Okay.
the
I know what
app.
you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's like a language learning app, right?
yeah, yes. But maybe that's not the one I want to talk about. Is the one that translate other language into your language.
Isn't that
L-
just like Google Translate?
There's a better one now. Like
No, I have no clue. Huh.
they use AI, so it translate the automatic into your earbuds. Huh.
I'll be
It's
really curious on how that actually plays out in reality, on if those work amazing or if they're absolute shit or if they're sort of good but sort of shit.
mm,
Because no, I was just telling D&W the other day that I was
yep.
noticing that the modern autocorrect on the smartphones,
Okay.
it has a negativity bias. Like
Oh
whenever
boy.
whenever I try to write wonderful on my text on my iPhone right here,
Yeah, yeah.
it automatically it corrects it to awful.
Awful.
And I'm going, okay, how much of all this
Wonderful.
mean? I'm going, how much of all this mean-spirited energy on social media is an influence just because our smartphones are telling us to be dicks? Use this negative word, don't use this good word. And it's like, of course, when we're getting fed constant, use this bad word. Of course, it's going to affect our moods.
Yes. Yeah,
I mean,
for
seriously,
sure.
could you imagine if every time you were trying to write yes on your phone, it was autocorrecting to no? You'd
Mm,
probably make you sort of grumpy.
yeah. Yeah, it's like that program on Apple when you say a word and instead it put Trump on it.
Oh gosh, for reals.
Yeah, they did that. Somebody put a program in it, and each time you see that word, it type Trump instead.
Yeah. No, that's one of those ones that drives you nuts and flabbergasts me because, like, DNW was talking about the other day. I forget what exactly it's called. It's that term that has to do with how a name, like if you're,
Mm.
John Smith, you're probably more likely to be a blacksmith, that kind of thing. And I'm going like, want to bet Trump won just because his name is Trump. All these completely people with no brain cells are like, he's Trump. There's the Trump card. Trump always wins. I'm voting Trump. You
Yeah.
know? And I'm like, seriously, they should have forced him to have a legal name change before they let him run again.
No, no, it's like the show
Or actually, it wouldn't even be a late name
Mentalist.
change because he legally changed his name to Trump. It's like, no,
Yeah.
we're making you use your actual birth certificate fucking name, dude. You
Yeah.
fucking bitched about Obama and where his birth certificate is. Well, guess what? Now we're going to apply the same standards to you. You have to use your birth name.
Mm.
You would have fucking lost. I'm telling you. You would have fucking lost.
Oh boy.
They would have been like, Donald Trump? What? Like, who the fuck is Trump? Like, Trump, this dude, I'm not voting for him. Seriously, his real name sounds like he's a character out of the Nutty Professor.
A little bit, but it was in a book, like a kid book, right?
What was in a kid book?
Trump.
Trump? Wouldn't
Yes.
surprise me. He's in fucking everything. It's fucked.
Yeah, in the early 1900s, there was a
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, now I get exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about his family name. Yeah.
yeah, his family name,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it was a story about a little boy, and uh, he became president or something, and that was the thing, and there was a more, it's like a prophecy or something that it's self-writing right now from that book.
Huh.
Uh, Oh yeah, yeah, you didn't see that? Many people talk
No,
about it.
I didn't see that one.
They talk about it. Many,
That's what
when
I'm saying. It's like I'm always either ahead of the algorithm or behind the algorithm. I'm not. I'm like I'm never in the hive mind that everybody else is in, where I'm getting all the information at the same time.
hmm, yeah, no, there's too much information. Where like I'm
Oh,
over.
there's way too much information in this
Yeah.
postmodern world. That's where I wish people understood cultural zeitgeist better because it's like I don't agree with barely anything Jordan Peterson talks about nowadays. Like I understand so much more about my own belief system and about his belief system, and I don't agree with barely anything he says. But one thing I do agree with is that postmodernism is a fucking mess. It's just that he isn't aware about the nuance enough to be able to actually explain the problems of postmodernism. You know?
Mm,
Because no, just cultural zeitgeists are fascinating because it's like everybody perceives them differently, but the definition of a cultural zeitgeist is something that we all agree on.
yep.
So it's a trippy thing. Yeah.
Oh, anyway, it's all scripted.
It's
It's
all
all
scripted.
yeah, it's
Yep.
all scripted.
No, it is. It's all play, man. It's all a
It's
play.
it's been written like thousands of years ago, and the woman's gonna have her revenge.
The woman's gonna have her revenge. Yeah,
No,
that
no, no.
sounds about
It's
what?
a woman is gonna have her revenge because the other guy killed her son, and it
Mm.
and it happened about like 4,000 years ago. Okay,
Huh.
or maybe to for 3,000. I don't know. It happened a long time ago, but it's when they say revenge is a plate served cold.
Yeah.
Well, it's about to happen.
Yeah.
It's just about that. It's super simple. You go to the source and it's right away this or that. They tell you when you at school. Even if I didn't finish school, they tell you everything if you listen.
Yeah.
But yeah. But that's why I say it's scripted because you saw the movie Now You See Me.
Yeah. No,
It, it,
I've seen it. I need to watch it again. I haven't seen it in years. Don't give me any spoilers because I don't
okay,
want the spoiler to spoil me because I do know it was one of those movies that has a really good plot twist.
but you remember there's four magicians, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But one of those magicians is a mentalist,
Okay.
hypnotize you,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
but just by suggestion.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna do it because like it's obvious, like the choice you have to make, it's so obvious. That's how they read people, but you can do that on everybody. Those people, if you got the talent, you can do that on anybody, and on even masses, like million billion of people.
Yeah. You just need to the practice the skills.
Yeah, yeah, it's and they do that and then on daily basis.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah,
know what you're talking about. That's like micro expressions.
yeah, yeah. And that's
Yeah.
why I see sometimes my own thought, or not my thought, but this is what it make more sense. So I'm gonna pick that, and it's already been decided for me.
Huh.
The choice that I'm gonna make, they already been decided. So
Yeah. You know, it's a trippy one. Did you ever see that video on lava lamps on the internet security?
yes, it's for Pascal, right?
Yeah, like how they're using like lava lamps as like random code generators or something
Yep.
to like because like computers can't actually generate anything truly random, so they're using
Yes.
like
Yes.
lava lamps for like encryption and shit.
Yeah.
Like apparently the internet would break if we didn't have these lava lamps.
Mm-hmm.
Which is cracking my ass off because I'm looking at the lava lamp industry right now
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's going to fucking shit. It's going to absolute fucking shit. Like literally the only real lava lamps that don't have fucking problems are the original lava lamps out of England.
Oh boy,
Yeah, you buy in any other brands of lava lamps and shit, and it's
they're
like
bad.
oh my God, yeah, people because lava lamps are apparently it's sort of like nasal snuff where it's like they have a recipe but it's never been written down, it's been passed upon by generations, you
You have
know?
to make it
And
right.
I swear to God, it's like the past generation died or something, and you know the recipe got lost because
Oh,
all these people online are talking about how that they're buying these lava lamps and that they never they never liquefy. They're just hard all the time. They had the bulb going on for 2 days straight, and there's still just a massive solid wax at the bottom.
yeah, it's 8 o'clock.
I'm
That was
like, just watch. The internet's in a break because we forgot how to make lava lamps. That would be fucking hilarious. Especially because lava lamps are so analog. It's like that's literally why we're using them is because they're analog. You know, you can't make digital random generators, but you can make analog random generators.
Mm. Do you got the key to let people in you?
Yeah, I got the key.
Okay. I don't know. Somebody called Escape the Matrix show up, and that was like fuck 2 hours ago.
Yeah, you're talking about the Seeker guy that was Seeker was on earlier with us. That was the Escape the Matrix dude.
Oh, okay, that was him. Okay,
Yeah, it was the same guy.
okay. What is
Yep.
nobody else?
No, it's freaking bewildered me though today. I'm like, I do not get okay. It was a Friday when normally all of us are on, and
Mm-hmm.
like nobody was on.
No.
Like literally nobody. I don't think anybody joined until we did.
Well, I think Chickpea show up really, really early, and she
Yeah.
left.
Oh, did she show up early? Huh.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
saw her in the comment section, bitching about the music, but
Okay.
I didn't see her actually on at all. Uh,
Yeah.
that one does make me laugh. I'm like, there's no way in hell you can't tell me there's a generational part on regard to that, just because I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of older folks that just are instantly hear AI develop music and can sort of get an out of place vibe, like this doesn't sound real or something, versus a lot of younger
Mm.
generations. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some Gen Zs where they hear fucking AI music and they have no clue it's AI music.
Yeah. No, they
Because
have no
that's what
clue.
I'm saying. It's like the older generation. Some of them have actually had a quality education before the countries made them go to shit, and they actually, were taught classical music and music theory and all this shit.
Yeah.
So they know how to make music. So they know if music is real or not.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Versus the
Y-
younger generation, where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, even the music we are making is fake music. People are using digital controllers on their, software on their PCs. Nobody's, just using an electric guitar or something. Everybody has something hooked up to their computer.
As long as it's coherent, then it's okay. If it's like bad taste, they shouldn't keep working at it before posting.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that, though. I think a big part of it all just comes down to quality, and that we just need
Yeah.
quality. But there is a genuine argument that we do need to make sure that not all of art is taken away from humans. If all art suddenly, if all poetry is suddenly made by AI, it's just going to
Mm,
be a little fucking weird. Although it does seem we're
yeah.
heading in the weird direction, because they did do a study recently where they found out
Mm-hmm.
that people that read poetry that was developed by AI
Yeah.
universally say that it sounds like it was made by humans more than the human ones. Apparently, most people, when they read human AI,
Yeah.
or human poetry, they think AI wrote it, and when most
Okay.
humans read AI poetry, they think humans wrote it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
But
just so
it
weird to
came.
me.
Yeah.
I'm like, and you're saying the Turing test has failed, or we haven't done it yet? What? I'm pretty sure this is a perfect example of where we've already done the Turing test and it's passed.
They did more than once.
Yeah,
They
we've done the
did
Turing
more than
test quite
once.
a bit with it so far, and
Yeah.
it seems
Yeah.
like it's passing each time. It's just people refuse to admit that, we're heading in the right direction, but that doesn't mean we're there
Yeah.
yet. Or, everybody's confused on the timing or how far we've moved.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Because
like we're all
before.
blindfolded, given an overdose of nicotine, and we're in a road trip. We don't know where we are, what direction we're going, or how fast we're moving.
I was moving pretty fast.
Right?
Moving pretty fast.
Oh, it's all moving pretty fast.
Like we're burning. Like.
That's one that always trips me out, is how time literally becomes faster as we get older. Did you know that?
Yep.
Yeah, and it actually makes sense though when you think about it from the math side of things, because it's like when you're 5 years old, you have to wait a month. That 1 month is a huge percentage of your entire lifespan.
Mm-hmm.
Versus, when you're 20 and you have to wait a month, it's like that's like a fucking week for me. That's nothing, dude.
Yeah, no, for sure. Perception.
For reals.
Yeah. When your perception is not uh like you didn't observe yet, you don't know
Yeah.
until yeah, and after that, your perception become like faster or yeah, faster because you're slow to understand, and now you understand fast. So yeah, it seemed faster, but
Yeah. But it's like a forced perspective. It's not like something you could meditate on and just like change time internally. You know?
yeah.
It's like, oh, maybe you can. I don't know. Maybe you fucking can. I don't know.
You should be able, but
You could fucking change time in your internal space on hallucinogens. So maybe you could meditate and change how you perceive time. Actually, I'm pretty sure that it is possible. It's just, that how much.
or it would be a bad psychotic episode that you regress in time, but you're stuck in your mind is stuck in the past, but your body keep aging, but you don't have no like sense of reality. So
Yep.
everything happened in your head, kind of like a coma, but a lucid coma
Oh,
kind
I
of
know
thing.
exactly what you're talking about. I've actually
Yeah.
been had a few experiences like that recently, where it's like,
You did.
fuck, man, like, dude, that literally happened to me last night. I took my gabapentin, my blood pressure meds, and I smoked all at the same time. And apparently, I should have spaced out a little bit longer
Okay.
because I did all at the same time. I kid you not, I sat down and started playing a video game. 10 minutes later, I was falling asleep. Then all of a sudden, I was waking up hallucinating and feeling like I was in a puke and shit at the same time. Then I
Yeah.
went and took a shower, and the second I got out of the shower, I'm good again. I'm fine.
Yeah. Yeah. The trip passed. Yeah.
Seriously, I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
Because
I've
you're
never,
sleeping, but you're awake at the same time.
yeah.
Yeah. And you're
But no, it was
sensing.
like it wasn't just
Mm,
that. It was like also I was literally like when you take a lot of mushrooms, often you'll get
yeah.
nauseous or feel sick or
It can
something. And it was like
happen.
I literally felt like I was sick and tripping out at the same time. Like I felt like I was tripping out last
Mm,
night.
yeah. But with mushroom, you have to drink beer. It goes well together to
Oof.
balance to
A lot
balance
of people
the
talk
trip.
about a lot of people talk about drinking beer and doing mushrooms together.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that anymore. Like just because alcohol is too fucking chaotic for me. You know.
Oh no, it's just like Budweiser. It's fine. It's
No,
not. It's not hard on your stomach.
no, that's not what I mean. I mean, like for instance, the last time I drank, the
Yeah.
same kind of thing happened. I drank some alcohol and I went to sleep, and I
Yeah.
literally woke up, and I instantly woke up like, and I
Mm,
was I literally was like, I got transported 10 years back in the
what?
past, where I was going through hell again because I literally woke up
What?
going, oh my god, I'm dying, I'm dying.
Oh
Like the
no.
second I woke up, I was like, I'm fucking dying. Like
What?
I was just like full panic, fucking full adrenaline, just
But
and it
you
was
have to drink like
horrible.
light beer, like Corona or like something light.
Yeah,
Like,
I just had like literally all I had though was one glass of wine. And it's
okay.
like that's it. And I was having a horrible fucking experience off of just going to sleep and waking up off of it. I was like, that's never happened to me off of any dissociative, only alcohol. And that's where I've
Mm,
like become where I'm like, I literally am like, I'm never gonna drink again unless I'm drinking socially, like I'm actually around people. Because
uh,
I can take some fucking DXM or ketamine or whatever the fuck
no.
dissociative, and I can have a fine time with that. But apparently, alcohol just does not work with me anymore.
I don't drink in public anymore. I mean, when I drink, I need to have my bed close.
I will tell you though, I have
Yeah.
done DXM and mushrooms together, and that is a fucking mind trip.
Yeah.
Because the mushrooms are basically saying non-dualism, everything is all one, God is everything. But the DXM is telling your brain that no, dualism is real. There is a yin and there is a yang, and you're getting both the messages at the same time, and they're both truth. And I swear to God, that's
Oh
part of
yeah.
what helped me get into this trans-dualistic belief. Because I think that even if I could logically process it, I wouldn't be able to spiritually process it if I hadn't gone through this experience.
Mm. But everything happened all at once. Everything already happened and already passed.
Right? No, that's
Yeah.
like the eternal recurrence, man.
Yeah.
Where it's what happened right the second of us talking. We've done this before, and we'll do this
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Like we live tomorrow.
Right?
That's what we live. We live tomorrow.
For reals, no, you'll
Yeah.
love this because that's where when I was going
Mm,
through hell, one of the first things I did that started getting me on the right track to where I am now
okay.
is I told myself when I was going through hell,
Uh,
don't think about yourself right now. Think about your future self and what you can do to take care of your future self. Like does drinking all this booze and getting blackout drunk right now, is that going to help your future self, or are you going to be an alcoholic and be in an even worse spot? You
mm,
know? And it was like I started telling myself that think about your future self, even if you can't have empathy for yourself right now, even if you hate yourself right now, love your future self because you will become that person whether you want to or not.
yeah.
And that really helped me out. Yeah.
Well, it all depends what you wanna, what's your desire. But most likely we all like slug away.
Slug away or sloth away?
Yeah, it's a bit of both. Fuck.
Oh, just watch those Christians are going to start saying that slugs are sins now.
Mm, yeah, but if we make the step towards the Vulcan way, no, and we grow up as civilization, man, we can. Hey, man,
It's funny because I agree with you
people's gonna look
spiritually.
good, man.
It,
I,
it,
what?
I wish there was a Vulcan here in reality right now because
Yeah.
I'm like spiritually I agree with what you said there, Yvonne, but
What?
logically I disagree, and that's where a Vulcan would have a fun time having a
It's not
conversation with
logical.
me.
Yeah, it's not logical. You're
Yeah, it's
thinking.
like you still do need your emotions, dude, but at the same time, you do need to push down the emotions and be more rational and just calm your
It's,
shit, people. Like
it's like defeating the beast and becoming the beast.
seriously though, we need to make Kolinar an actual thing and get people off the SSRIs. Stop making your whole world toned down and gray just because you have emotions. That's part of being human. If you're really
Yeah.
having that much problems with your emotions, meditate, do some Kolinar like the Vulcans.
Well, imagine the future. Like every school, they all gonna get rid of pen and paper. Everybody's gonna have a pad and a watch
Oh God.
and a crown because they're gonna have their crown that do like visual stuff. So
Like
you could,
VR set type things.
yeah. You're gonna have like a Google
Yep.
on one eye. It's gonna be connected to your AirPod and
No,
like
seriously, what they'll probably have is they'll probably have one lens over one eye that's augmented reality,
they
and
gotta look
then
like
and
the
and
board.
then a lens over your other eye that's virtual reality.
Yeah.
And we'll be living in two fucking realities at the same time. Well,
At the
actually, three
same time.
realities. We'll be
Yep.
living in three realities at the same time because we have this dualistic fucking visual bullshit. We'll be
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, well, since my entire reality is augmented reality, this pop up on screen is real. Like I can touch it, even if I can't touch it, it's
Yep.
real. It's
Yep.
like,
Yep.
oh God, that's scary, man. Like you
The
need
four
to
dimension wall.
like I actually love the idea of augmented reality way more than virtual reality,
Mm.
but it also terrifies me even more than virtual reality because it's like augmented reality you really could fucking entirely destroy people's concept of life and death and religion and everything just by putting this piece of fucking glass over their face.
Yep. But I don't know. People get used to things. It's like the new fashion.
That's what I'm saying, though, is that they get used to the augmented reality without ever using critical thinking at step one. It's like if you're doing augmented reality, the first thing you need to do is make sure you're using critical thinking. Otherwise, there's going to be hackers and all this shit pushing shit into your fucking world that
But
you're going to get sucked into.
that's why they gonna have a strict like training program. Like what we have
Well,
now,
I
but
would
like
honestly
better.
rather hope we'd have a training program. We need to stop with the censorship and start with the education.
Yeah.
The censorship doesn't help nobody.
Well,
Especially because
yeah.
what most people consider censorship in today's day and age is actually worse than censorship. It's prior restraint. Do you know what
Yeah.
prior restraint is?
More control.
Prior restraint is basically the act of censoring before you censor. So
Okay.
censorship is basically, so okay, you're an artist, I want you to have more red paint on your painting if we were going to display this in your gallery, in my gallery. That would be
Okay.
censorship. Prior restraint would be saying, okay, you made this painting. Well, I don't care if it's beautiful or I love it. You're not having it in my art gallery no matter what.
Okay.
And prior restraint, that's the bad one because that's what we have on social media. Everybody calls it censorship, but what you actually have on social media is prior restraint. because that's where the government lets the corporations, rule the government. Because if it was the way it was supposed to be, the USA would go like, okay, well, our First Amendment rights say that we can't have prior restraint put on us. That's illegal and unconstitutional. Therefore, Facebook and YouTube, you can't go shadow banning channels and deleting comments at the flip of the whim. You actually have to have a reason for it. You know. And it's like that's where YouTube's all fucked up, because it's like they have prior restraint and they just delete things left and right without any consideration whether this is helpful or harmful. It's like
Well,
if this is
so,
harmful, go ahead
sometimes
with the prior restraint.
sometimes
But
it's like road rage on internet. People go and they drive on the net and
right.
they fucking insult people. Like, hey,
Oh
get
no, that's what
away.
I say. I say that everybody has drunk, angry, autistic fingers online. That's what
Yeah,
I say, because it's like how many of us can actually humble our egos enough to
yeah.
consistently and always write with respect,
Uh,
neutrality, and nonviolent communication. Like
mm,
pretty much none of us,
yeah. Well, Gaia, it's been fun talking with you. I'm gonna go now.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
It's definitely been fun. You take care now. You have a good night.
you too.
All right, I will.
Yeah, okay, bye.
All right, bye. All right. Well, it's been a slow day, and I'm gonna get going on with my night. So, hope you all had fun over at the Finding Gnosis channel. Peace out.